Okay, chapter 5 time. I am about 2/3 of the way through the game. You could say it's actually more than 2/3 because the previous chapters contained the prologue, and chapter 6 is typically somewhat shorter than the previous 5 chapters because it doesn't have a daily life, given that the investigation and the trial for chapter 6 tends to be longer than the investigation and trial for previous chapters. I'm turning the mic gain down quite a bit, so that may cause some loudness normalization to make the previous part clip. I'm not sure. That's why, like, sometimes you hear like clipping, and then it suddenly stops clipping a few minutes in. It's because way I edit these things. Okay. Now I forget how my mic gain goes to oblivion when I use Zoom, and I leave it on. I let Zoom do that. You can turn it off and toggle in Zoom, but I let Zoom do that because I want people in the Zoom meeting to hear me. Okay. So who's left is Yuki, Yoruko, Iroha, Mikado, Shobai, Otori, and the protagonist herself, which we're calling Sora at the moment. That is 7 characters. You can just say there's going to be 5 going into chapter 6, and we just subtract 2 to get how many survive chapter 4, and then you have 7. Not subtract 2, add 2. Subtract 2 deaths, which is adding 2 living, right? Of those, 1, 2, 3, 4 are men, and 1, 2, 3 are women. Because the chapter 3 trial was women heavy, we actually have more men alive than women. I'm doing that whole gender balancing again. So we right now currently have 4 men and 3 women. Trigger Happy Havoc at the end. There were actually 6 left because even though they started with 1 fewer characters, they had 2 fewer characters died in later Danganronpas. And they were 3 women, right? There's Aoi, Toko, and Kirigiri, right? And 3 men, the protagonist, Yasuhiro, and Byakuya. So it was even. Goodbye Despair was 2 men, the Yakuza guy and Hajime. No, 3, because you have the mechanic as well. So 3 men and 2 women. Those were Akane and the princess. And then going into the V3, going into the 6th trial, there were 2 male character slot takers, which are the protag and Kibo. The problem is that I don't know if I can count Kibo as a man because, well, we never really got an answer to the question that Kokichi asked him at the beginning, at his introduction. And 3 women. And then there's a bunch of extra deaths. There's 2 extra deaths in chapter 6. And so you end up left with only 1 man and 2 women. If you count the extra death, you could say that, yeah, it's fine. So you see that it's never like, sometimes you have an odd number of people left at the end, but it's not like you have, ever have like 2 more men than women, or 2 more women than men. DRA, the first game that Lineage made, so there's actually 3 who survived, 2 men and 1 woman. But there was extra deaths in chapter 6, right? There's 1 woman and 1 died in chapter 6 of that as well. And there were 5 going into chapter 6, which would have been 3 men and 2 women. Given one of those women was kind of set up as a villain, so it's kind of like the people actually doing the investigating were like 3 men and 1 woman. So you expect that in the end you would have, if you're going in with 4 men and 3 women, then the only possible way, like combination sets of 5 you can go in chapter 6 with are 2 men and 3 women. or 3 men and 2 women, and so at least 1 man has to die. And that's all he has to be at least 1 man. So at least one of Shobai, Otori, and Mikado has to die. And Yuki. Although I don't think Yuki's going to die because Yuki's the final boss, right? So Shobai, Otori, and Mikado. One of those 3 has to die. Mikado, who I thought was going to die in Chapter 5 at the beginning of the game. Because we need to slough him out of the way in order for Yuki to become Otsuru and take over as the protag. And that might actually happen. Not the protag, as the villain. So that's why I'm guessing that Mikado's going to die here. Now, you could have 2 men die, and you could kill off Otori as well. Shobai's unlikely to die. He could, though, if there's no free time, since there's no free time events in Chapter 6. He's safe to die now. But you could also kill a girl off as well. Yoruko is on the title page, and the person who's on the title page for the chapter has a tendency to die in this game. But you might break that pattern in Chapter 5, because Chapter 5 is special, right? Okay. So, as far as the story is concerned, at the end of the last recording, we learned that when, essentially, Sora went to hell and back. I mean, if you go to where the dead people are, then I presume that you died, right? No. She fell below the floor, because the floor was rigged that way. Perhaps by Ray, but I doubt that it was Ray who actually did the modifications to the 5th island, or the 4th island. Because why would she make it Monokuma? And why would she put those statues there? And what was she doing with the books? That's just weird. But if Ray is really behind that, and Ray is really behind the photograph of the class of 79 or 78, whatever it is, because Ray is trying to jog Otori's memories and try to get his memories to come back with these things, right? Ray would intentionally be trying to hide the depiction of Akane from the characters in the game. Or maybe in particular Sora. But when Sora went down below the floor, she saw the name Akane, whatever her last name is. And so, yeah, Tyra. It's weird that I would forget Atane's last name because it's so iconic. Akane Tyra. She saw the name. And, I basically wonder what she saw the name on. Was it a name that Ray mentioned? Did she see a list of the people that were in the simulation? And she was one of the people on the list? But Sora didn't even though Sora apparently doesn't know what Akane Tyra looks like, she didn't necessarily come out from under there thinking in her internal monologue, I am Akane Tyra. She came out thinking Akane Tyra is someone very important to me. Well, if you just saw that name on a list, you would not think that that name would be important to you unless that name jogs something in your memory, perhaps. So it leaves me still curious as to what exactly she meant by why she thought that specifically. It's one of those things where you don't know everything the protag knows, despite you playing the game through the protag's point of view at this point. Sora being Akane would make sense, except that there's 2 problems with that, right? That I keep pointing out over and over again. Her personality is not like Akane. And 2, her physique is not like Akane's. The reason why you would think that she is Akane, though, is 1, she has some sort of memory of, seeing someone drown or something, and she might have gotten plunged in the ocean while bleeding with Utsuro when the tower fell. You would think that may have something to do with it. someone seems to be intentionally hiding the appearance of Akane from the group, which might mean that they would theoretically recognize Sora as Akane, and whoever's doing that doesn't want them to do that, even though she doesn't really look like Akane, so I don't know why they would be able to do that. One way you could try to justify her appearance not looking like Akane's is you could, because it's a simulation, you could actually reskin anybody however you would like to, right? You could make anybody have a different appearance than their appearance in real life. And so that's why she's just reskinned. That would not explain why Akane's appearance is being veiled. It wouldn't have to be veiled if it is veiled in Sora, unless the appearance would jog Sora's memory too much. But also, she has heavenly fortune, or divine luck, whatever you want to call it, to a degree that is much greater than the other characters of the game, right? She's like almost invincible in that way. Iroha tried to kill her, and she could not be killed. You go, well, that's just the way that the tower was set up. Yeah, but she was lucky that the tower was set up that way. And she's also one of those people that like has to have Yuki be alive, which we don't understand why the members of Void are going to die if they cannot create an Utsuru for themselves. I don't know why you have to buy the divine luck with. I don't understand how that lore works yet. They're probably going to explain it eventually. But she jumped in front of Yuki at the very beginning of the game to take a stab, right? So even at the very beginning, she was already thinking, I must protect Yuki. And then, by her divine luck, she manages to survive the stabbing. Relatively unscathed, it doesn't seem to affect her even at all that she got stabbed. And you could try to, give Shobai credit for that. For, sewing her up or whatever. But even if you got sewed up afterwards, you would be walking funny. It would not, it's somewhat strange. And then somehow in the Chapter 3 trial, she just, knows that there's something more to the trial. Even something more to the case that it would be impossible to guess. Despite it being impossible to guess, she somehow thinks of it anyway. And you could also attribute the bottle of penicillin to Sora's divine luck, right? Because, it's impossible. How could I have dropped that, right? In fact, it seems like they wouldn't have even opened the medical kit. They did it anyway for some reason. I guess they wanted to be quick with it after the stabbing, if they needed to be quick with it, right? So, she has this divine luck of greater degree than Nikkei. And she has this inherent desire to protect Yuki. Which means that she's on the same side of Void as also someone who interacted with Utsuru in her past. And was had Utsuru's divine luck rub off on her. Which suggests she's Akane. Because Akane is the greatest of them, right? But I don't know. It is kind of like I don't know if it's a foil or whatever you want to call it, like a variation on the concept of Yuki Maeda, because Yuki was introduced as the super high school level lucky student. But the totality of the entire first game, including Kirigiri calling him the ultimate super high school level hope or whatever, suggests they didn't really actually have luck per se. Instead, he had a chosen one complex. And he didn't die not because he was lucky, but because he was destined to be at the right place at the right time. And in order to do that, he had to become a student of Hope's Peak. And then he had to survive get in that killing game, and then do whatever he did and survive whatever he survived within that killing game. Now, apparently, I haven't watched this part of the anime, the Danganranpa 3 anime. Apparently, the Danganronpa 3 anime kind of ruins that. But that was my impression. So it's like, his luck was less like, you know, the luck of Nagito, where he would win at gambling. It was more the luck of someone with divine luck that would give you whatever you needed to get to the destiny for which you were designed. Except, it's unclear if you could say the destinies granted to these characters by Utsuro were destinies that are designed. But they are like goal-oriented, right? It's not like, oh, I just win this particular round of gambling. No, it's like, you get to have your dream job. You get to have this path in life. Okay, that's enough blabbing. Yeah. I only have one empty save file left, don't I? So I'm about to have to sleep, right? It'll make me sleep, right? Tonight was tough. I should sleep for now. Ordinary room, but there is a computer here, which is interesting. That one of those warm things from I forgot what it is called. It showed up in AI The Somnium Files 2. I forgot what it was called. Anyway. I wonder if there'll be an alternate way to roll for gifts. Because that was in the Mono Cruise, and the Mono Cruise is no more. First thing tomorrow, I'll talk with Teruya. And then... That's right, she also met Ray down there. And Ray is still trying to get Teruya's memory to come back. She's like focused on Teruya. Why has it come to this? Nobody wanted this to happen. Is it possible you would think then to Ray be able to spawn into the fourth island? Just like Sora did, and she just hasn't done that yet. She doesn't want to alert Mikado of her presence. You think you can be forgiven. Yeah, Sora also apparently did a lot of bad stuff in her past. Which also suggests that she is Sora. What? What was that just now? Who are you? Maybe I'm just tired. That wasn't... I couldn't make that out. Fatigue has been restored by 1. And then because of Yoruko's daily life skill, I get an additional 1. Ugh. My head hurts. Nightmares and headaches. What a way to start the day. Oh, I forgot to mention that. At this point I do have, what was I saying? Oh yeah, chapter 1's been published. That includes the trial. So the first 3 part recordings, which includes chapter 1, and they've been sitting there for about a week, but I didn't get any new comments. So there isn't comments I can respond to yet on chapter 1. Just before recording this, I published the part 4, which is in chapter 2. It took me a while because I needed an opportunity to not have guests where I could record little editor sections when the performance by the twins is going on. I got that done, and then I published it just before recording this. I wouldn't get any comments on that one, of course, because, well, I published it right before I started recording. I thought Teruya said that he would contact me by the morning. That's why she checked the handbook to look for chats. Maybe he's not up just yet. I should have a wash to go see Teruya. So I presume we're going to go there. What? Why isn't the door? Sora. Eek, you scared me. Is that you, Teruya? Are you on the other side? Oh, the door opens outward. That's kind of weird. Has anybody had a hotel room where the door opened outward? Continuing. Yeah, it's me. You scared the hell out of me. Didn't you say that you contacted me through your handbook? Wait, how did you know that I was staying at this hotel? Sora, I'm only going to say this once, so listen well. Wait, why does she... Oh, I forgot. Did Sora ask Teruya about Akane Taira? I forget if that happened. Maybe it did. Phooey. Akane Taira was the mastermind behind the killing game that I participated in. What did you just say? To be precise, she was working for the real mastermind, who trapped us students of Hope Speak Academy's 79th class in the 3rd lab and forced us to play the killing game. I don't remember it being called the 3rd lab, but okay. It was one of the Kisaragi labs, but maybe it was called the 3rd, but... Yuki Maeda? No. Utsuro? I don't understand what you were trying to say. I kept my promise, Sora. I don't know why you would be curious about someone like Akane Taira. Okay, so Sora asked about her to him. But it's for the best that you forgot about that girl. Teruya, did you use the reset code? Teruya, please move away from the door. Let's talk about this face to face. He doesn't want to... Sora, I told you before, remember? That I'd protect you no matter what. Teruya? This is my final promise. I still don't understand everything. But I must do my duty as a member of the Kisaragi Foundation. Even if that means the end of me. Teruya? Well, we know who's going to die in Chapter 5. Okay. Well. Teruya's a dead man. He disappeared. But how? I opened the door right away. Figured out how to teleport? What's going on, Teruya? Just when I thought you recovered your memories. What did you mean by... Akane Taira. The mastermind behind the killing game. Utsuro's servant. I have to find Teruya. He must be here somewhere on this island. I should look for him whilst I'm investigating the island. Now I didn't get Iroha's daily life skill, so I have to investigate everything. I'm just making sure this is where I came out of. Okay, so the hallway isn't a screen I can deal with. That's interesting. Okay. Ping pong. Ping pong. I'm not sure if I have anyone to play this with at the moment. Vending machine. You can use coins, to get food from the machine. It's quite useless since there's a mart next door. There's a sign saying staff only. I guess it's supposed to be used by the hotel staff. Well, what hotel staff? It's a payphone, not that I have anyone to call. Well, since we know it's a simulation, the payphone wouldn't really... wonder what it would simulate exactly. It wouldn't do what you would think it would do. It's a piano in the hotel lobby. It is quite old-fashioned. Not sure what I'd use it for. Well, you could play it. Huh, there's something here? You could play Clair de Lune by Debussy. 1,000 coins as opposed to only 500. I don't think that... I don't think I have a skill that doubles my coins. I think that's just... This is chapter 5, right? The O-Mart. So it was U-T-S-R-O. Utsro. They skipped the second U. I guess it's the usual store we've seen on every island. Well, layout's a little bit different. But its structure is kinda different. And what's it doing in the hotel lobby of all places? I pick a random hotel and there just happens to be a mart inside this one. Is it just a coincidence? Well, I'll be staying in this hotel for the time being, so it wouldn't hurt to have a mart nearby. Letters on each of the stores, you know, I've always wondered what it meant. The first island is U, the second is T, then S, then R, and now O. This maybe made more sense in Korean. Or, I mean, so in Japanese, Utsuro is 3 characters, right? I wonder what it would be in, how they do that in Korean. Oot. You can do oot, you can do su, and you can do ro. Yeah, it would be 3 syllables. So how would they stretch it out into 5? Anyway, it doesn't make that much sense in English, really, in Romanized for an English speaker, because there are 5 islands and 6 letters. But oh well. U, the second was T, then S, then R, and now O. If you read them in order, it spells out Utsuro. If you consider that the U in the middle is missing because it's repeated, it becomes Utsuro. Perhaps I'm just named that way. It's just named that way because of this island, Utsuroshima. But even that name keeps popping up everywhere. What was that about Master Utsuro? It is to meet Master Utsuro once again. To be precise, she was working for the real mastermind who trapped us students of Hope Peak Academy's 79th class in the 3rd lab and forced us to play the killing game. Yuki Maeda? No. Utsuro. I should ask Teruya more about it later, but first I need to find him. It's smaller than the ones on the other islands. There's no shortage of items, though. Let's go out to the square, I guess. Okay. Looks like an ordinary store, nothing unusual here. It's an abandoned car. It's just someone driving it just left it behind. It's a payphone, not that they have anything you want to call. Okay. Bus stop, there's not even a bus. Okay, we Aroha sitting on the bench. Someone we know pushed us off, but we didn't rat her out. Iroha? Phew. You know what? 5 more minutes. Wake up, Aroha. You're gonna catch a cold if you sleep here. What? Sora, where are we? We're outside, Aroha. How tired can you be to fall asleep in a place like this? What, I fell asleep here? Yes, you did. Did you not get enough sleep last night? Don't tell me you slept here all night. What? Oh, as if. Why would I be on the streets when there are hotels everywhere? It's just that I couldn't sleep well, just like you said. I understand. I haven't slept a wink last night as well. We've been through a lot after that. But sleeping defenseless in a place like this is dangerous. You must be more careful, Iroha. You're right. I guess I was careless. Thank you for your concern. Iroha? Can I speak to you for a second? Just some small talk. Yes, I kind of feel super tired right now, so I'm thinking of taking a quick nap. Can we talk after that? What? Hold on. Where are you going, Iroha? I'm super sorry. It's just that I'm so tired. This is a different hotel. Oh. Okay. There's a game room here too. A lot bigger than the one on the Mono Cruise. So you can roll for gifts. There's a sign saying staff only. It's supposed to be used for hotel staff. Okay. These windows are quite wide. I see a golden statue in the distance. Who is it? Okay, I guess we'll get there eventually. To vent, nothing special. I guess it's possible to climb inside. Oh, we're not going to vent. A bridge that connects the west and east building. It matches up with what Monocro said. Whoops. A door. According to the sign next to it, this must be the bridge that connects the twin buildings together. That's what Monocro said last night, right? We gotta investigate the other side anyway, so it wouldn't hurt to use the bridge. Maybe I'll get a nice view, too. What? I'm going to fall. Hey, that's a relief. You should be more careful, Sora. Mikado? I'm sorry, that must have been a truly frightening experience. Did you get hurt anywhere? No need to thank me. After all, it's my fault for not telling you about the bug here. I'd rather die than be saved by the likes of you. You're horrible. And what was it about a bug? Does it have something to do with the bridge being missing? Well, the thing is, the data responsible for creating the connecting bridge has caused a critical bug that the entire bridge disappeared. Oh, it is about the virtual reality thingy? So you and Monocro both have no intent of hiding it anymore, huh? Well, we've been found out after all. But I definitely saw the bridge at ground level. Why is it not visible here? That's precisely why we call it a bug. Well, it's an issue related to the visual information of the bridge. Would you like to hear more about it? Nope, not necessary. But my, that was a close call. You would have definitely fell to your doom if it wasn't for that one super awesome wizard guy that can teleport. They also teleport, The thing is that Sora has a tendency to fall and not die, so she's cool. Leave. At least respond to my gags or something. I saved you for crying out loud, right? For crying out loud. Phew, that scared me. Disturbing as it may be, I would have died without him. That much I can admit. Wait, it's his fault in the first place for creating such a bug. Saving my life, my ass. He's the one to blame. That being said, something didn't feel right back there. What did Mikado exactly say? Maybe it's just me. Well, I guess I should be careful not to use this bridge from now on. If I get the chance, I should tell the others as well. Okay, so all this goes back to the lobby. Okay, we're back to where we all were. I guess you can do that if you want to. A blackboard. What does it say? I can't read English. Oh, it's English? Okay, what's this? Oh, so it is... It is different. Okay, so this is the third floor lobby. Okay, yeah, it is okay. I feel like this could be kind of stupid. Like, if Teruya has a skill that makes it so that your investigations give you, like, double the coins or something, and I get it in the free time, then, like, I would have wasted all these before I got the skill. But it seems like he won't talk to me, so... It is what it is. Non-essentials. Film projector used to project images quick. I've not seen one of these nowadays. Seems to be some broadcasting equipment used to transmit video. I have no idea how to use it, though. This is gonna... Someone's gonna broadcast something here, right? It's gonna be like Alter Ego. It's a computer. I'm not sure if it's working. I would try to connect to the internet, but there's no point. This is virtual reality, after all. Wait, isn't virtual reality technically inside a computer? What kind of inception is this? Yes, it's a simulation of a computer. Also known as a virtual machine. Whoa, you can see the whole city from up here. Well, this isn't quite the situation to be admiring the view. The gloomy sky isn't really helping either. What's up with that statue? Oh, the giant golden statue of Higa. That's appropriate for Higa. Seems to be in the center of the west area of some sort of landmark. He seems somewhat familiar. A gold statue. Oh, there was one in the Tower of Babel as well. Although it's not like I had much time to think about them after all those incidents in that tower. But they may have been related to this. With a statue of that size, I'll be able to see it everywhere. I'll ask Teruya once I see him. It's like Mitsuhiro Higa or something like that. Come to think of it, I think I saw a similar landmark in the east area. I should check it out next time. This computer's monitor is a lot larger than the others. Who even uses this? I have something on the screen. A video playlist, but it only contains a single video. Weird, the internet or any other applications don't work, but somebody left this playlist on. What kind of video could it be? I hope it isn't some weird AV or something. Okay, here we go. That's one long loading screen. Oh, it's starting. But what? This has to be some kind of joke. Well, it's a very grown-up looking Yuri. What even is this video? Is some interview of sorts? Is this even the Yuri I know? It isn't him, right? It looks like him for sure, but the height and the physique. Right, he grew up. And lost his memory of it. As someone who had been making history in astronomical engineering while still in his young prime 20s, is there some sort of secret behind your success? A secret, you ask? If I must say, it would be because I work my best to see the smiles of women like you, my dear reporter. I see, wait, what? Yep, that is definitely Yuri. There's nobody else I know that could mutter such cringe-worthy words. But he looks too old, and didn't the reporter say that he was in his 20s? Did Yuri skip a few years like Shinji? No, I don't recall anything like that. Knowing his mouth, we'd all be aware of that fact. After all, he would tell women way too much information about himself than what needed to be said. And so 2 of my home countries, Japan and Russia, will join hands to take the next big step in astronomical engineering for mankind. Astronomical engineering? He looks so different from the Yuki, really. I know, but he sounds so much like him. I see. And about the NASA project that got cancelled after the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I would like to ask your personal take on the recent announcement of the Kagarin family rekindling said project. There's some Russian word. My dear reporter, hey, you cameraman, you're a male, aren't you? Take your hat off this instant. Oh, wait, he's a... What did I tell you about bringing males to my interview? Some stuff in Russian. What kind of video even is this? Was Yuri hiding something from us? I mean, what if Yuri had a son? Anyway. Alright, I don't understand a thing about what's going on. This is the footage of locations around the city. Oh, there's even footage of this room. The fact that I can see myself here means that this footage is taken live. I guess this is some sort of CCTV or something. Oh, that's Yoruko. Wait, if this is a camera footage of the whole island, I could use this to find Teruya. He stands out pretty well, so I should be able to find him once he's on camera. I do need to investigate the island, but finding Teruya is more important, so I could wait here and watch for a while. Not a single rainbow man in sight. With this many cameras, he must have gone past one, but I just can't see him. It's no use. I should do something else for now. He could be sleeping somewhere inside a building after all. I should try to find him on foot and come back here once more if that's no good. How lovely to see the backs of people's heads. I hope nobody starts creeping. Okay. Okay, is that everything in here? Okay, so we can go left, we can go down, we can go down, or we can go up. Okay, we'll try down first. Okay, so that's out. Let's go back into the west zone. Okay, so this also goes... That also goes out. That also goes out. Okay then, so that's it for the west zone, I think. Yeah, this giant statue of Higa. Skip over it, now we're at the south zone. So east to the southwest. It's the bridge that connects us to the fourth island. It's still connected, so I could always go back, not that I have a reason to. Murder. Yuki, I didn't expect you to be here of all places. Is the Yuki in front of me the real Yuki? Must be tired of asking questions like this. I mean, you're Yuki and nothing's going to change that, right? Akane Taira. What'd you just say? So you know her? What? No, I mean... I'm sorry, Sora, I don't know what I'm talking about. Just pretend you didn't hear that. I must be tired, I think. Like it feels like I'm not myself. Like I'm not myself. Yuki? Help me, Sora, I'm scared. I'm turning into something that is not me. What's going to happen to me? What did I even do to deserve this? Please, no, help me, I can't take this anymore. Oh, he's silent as ever, I see. What? It's nothing. Well, that's she's just like, okay, well, whatever, man. It's the car we came in. It's still parked where we left it. It's a payphone, not that I have anyone to call. Oh, that's the only thing in the South Zone. Okay. Is the unfinished zone, I guess. Is that a forest up ahead? Excluding a few construction sites, there are only unpaved roads. No, just preserved nature itself, seeing this in the middle of a city. Oh, you're not thinking of going there, are you, Sora? Oh, you scared me. Well, you haven't... Well, why haven't you left already? Just telling me to leave? You're making it sound like me leaving is the right thing to do. So what exactly is up ahead? A good question. I was thinking that Monocro's explanation for this island was a bit lacking in detail. So it's going around explaining stuff to everyone. Tell you the truth, there is nothing up ahead. Got it, now leave. This isn't the part where you ask me what that means? I'm not joking, leave the sentence. I honestly don't think I can stop my urge to kill you any longer. Just looking at your wretched face fills me with the desire to kill. Alright, I guess you're legitimately angry. You almost sound like Nikkei. Well, I'd make fun of him whether or not he gets mad. But I really meant that what I said just now. Not even I know what lies further down this road. Hika City is the largest island in terms of data size after all. Perfect for hiding dead bodies. I can't tell if you're joking or not. Just be mindful of not approaching any of the area ahead of this road. There's a warning sign here for a reason. I mean, it's not like I would have gone off to such an obvious dangerous place without his warning. I would just do it anyway. It's a building under construction. If it collapses, it would be a disaster. That's it? Wait, I don't like this. There's a problem with the compass. Don't you think? It's an abandoned car. It's just someone driving it just left it behind. The hotel is in here as well. I already have a hotel in the West Zone, though. You can also get, there's also a hotel in the North Zone, right? It's a building that looks like it could be a Yakuza hideout. And then we have Yaruko, who probably will not talk to me because she is mad at me right now. Oh, it's Yaruko. I need to hide. Wait, why am I even hiding? I need to talk to her. Ah. I wasn't able to speak to her. She went into the hotel. I'm guessing that's where she's staying. Jeez, I'm acting like a kid stalking their crush to find out where they live. I should stop here. Now that I know where she's staying, I'll talk to her after I've collected my thoughts a little. Why? Well, if it isn't Sora, did you sleep well last night? Living in a hotel is much more high class than something like the Mono Cruise, isn't it? Wait, did I bring this up? What are you doing, Sora? Oh, that hurts. Oh, I get it. She's checking the rules. Okay, wait, were you checking your handbook to see if violence rule was there or not? Shut up, you won't believe just how much I want to kill you. Oh well then, why don't you just kill me? I don't want my dirty in my hands because of someone like you. Very well, by the way, Sora, I don't know if you heard it from Monochrome, but don't you think this building is astonishing? Or astounding? This building is the biggest and largest building here in Higa City. It's in the dead center as well. One could call it the island's heart. As a mixed-use corporate building, the main use of this place is to broadcast radio and videos. Why, you may ask? Well, to explain that, it's hard to disregard the person that Higa City represents. Turns out this person was quite a star, loved to be on TV and such, and that had an effect on the design of this place. What's wrong? Go on. Well, I'm so used to getting cut off after saying only a few words. So I must admit, it feels a bit weird for you to be all ears for me. Oh, don't you worry. I've been counting how many words you've uttered from the dirty mouth of yours. I intend to hit you once for every word you've spoken so far. Was the no violence rule the only thing preventing you from getting physical with me? Hey, help. The fact that you're in a good mood pisses me off. I just have to make sure I don't hit you enough times to cause a class trial, right? Time out, time out. Okay, I'll get it. I'll shut up and be quiet. Please stop hitting me. I get that you're angry. You can use coins, I guess, to get food. Okay, same thing. Staff only door. Another one of those machines to waste my coins in. Investigate every window. bridge that connects the west and east buildings. This isn't exactly the case at the moment. And of course, the vent. Okay, now let's go to the second floor. Same stuff. Okay, save that for later. Okay. Okay, here's the mandatories. Anyway, I do want to do the mandatories last because they might trigger the end of the investigation on me. What's up with that soccer ball statue? Seems to be in the center of the east area. Is it some sort of landmark? A golden soccer ball. If it looks this big from here, then the actual size must be huge. It's not going to fall off, right? I'm kind of afraid it might just roll off. I guess that's about it for the basic tour of the island, although it would take ages to actually search every nook and cranny of this place. I'm walking for ages. Is there any sign of Teruya? I guess I should return to the hotel and rest for now. I guess both of those windows would give you the same result. It's already afternoon. I searched for Teruya all morning, and yet, Teruya, why did you? Kind of think of it, I've never been alone for this long, ever since I met everyone here. There's always someone with me. Mikado doesn't count, apparently. Being alone is tougher than I thought. I'll take a short rest and search for Teruya again. And Yuruko. No, my first priority should be Teruya. He's the one holding the key to everything. I must find him. I should focus only on that for now. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose socialize, but I'm going to save the game first. Because it might be possible that no one will talk to me. You don't want to get bamboozled by that. I want to be able to come back, reload, and then do an investigate if that happens. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll have to do an investigate then. Let's do West District. Oh, East. No. So East is where we are. So yeah, West is the opposite one. So West. Am I right? And the city is so large to walk around, it makes me exhausted. Let's go back for now. I can always look again next time. 3,400 experience points. Ranked up, got 2 skill points. And another 500 coins. And a gift. Actually, 2 of those. Okay, I noticed we didn't find Chobai anywhere. Teruya? Where are you? Please answer me. No reply, no sign of him. Is anyone for that, or anyone for that matter? Is this the end? So we weren't able to stop the Void's plans? No, that's not it. If I give up, then it really will be the end of it. I should send another message to Teruya. When I wake up tomorrow, I'll immediately resume my search for him. Let's keep this up. Even if I'm alone, I can do this. I have to sleep. To find Teruya. It's morning, what time is it? 10 o'clock, I guess I overslept. I was always able to wake up at the time, mostly thanks to Monocro's 7 a.m. morning announcement. So you're like me, where you just sleep forever. Hang on, then what happened to that? I don't think there was a morning announcement yesterday as well. What's going on? With the nighttime announcement, I understand it being due to nighttime rules being deactivated, but why did the morning announcement go away as well? Teruya, he didn't even reply. Enough worries about the announcement. Teruya should be my first priority. Let's get ready and moving. Anything here should suffice for a simple breakfast. It's not like I'm hungry right now, so... to think that this island would have a convenience store and a hotel like this. It's you. Good morning, Iruko. Wait. Iruko, wait, we need to talk. About what? Oh, well... I told you never to speak to me again. Some nerve you got to ignore that. Iruko, have you seen Teruya anywhere? Excuse me? I'm looking for Teruya. If I can't just find him, we can all leave this place. If we can just find him, we can all leave this place. Isn't there something you need to tell me before that? What? What is really up with you, Sora? Are you even the Sora I know? Ah. So that's your answer. We're never seeing each other again. Am I not the Sora that Yoruko knows? I may indeed not be. I want to know that myself as well. Now that I've had breakfast, I should get moving. Once I meet Teruya, all this will be over and I'll be able to make up with Yoruko. I'm not running away from her, I'm just searching for what's most important right now. Yeah, that's it. Oh, this is morning? Okay. Now, am I allowed to... No, I can't? Okay. Another investigate. Yes. Let's do north. Same text. Same text. 2 more skill points. Some good coins. And 2 of that gift. It's like Linuj knows that everyone's gonna pick the free time over the investigate, so he's forcing you to do some investigation sometimes. Let's try our own one, east. Maybe Roja's here. So you got 2 holy waters. Because you get 2, because I have a skill that gives me 2. Okay, South District. Acquired the crosshair dash skill. Which just comes from ranking, right? 2 7-branch swords. Phew. It's already dark out. I guess I should call it a day for now. Something doesn't feel right. Even if this is the biggest island yet, I wasn't able to find a single sign of him after 2 whole days of searching. Where in the world did you go, Teruya? Where's Shobai? I should try again tomorrow. Oh, this hotel, if I recall correctly, this is the one Yoruko was staying in. Yoruko. Yoruko, speak of the devil. I need to hide. Wait, why am I hiding again? I need to apologize for this morning. Is that a knife? She wouldn't. Well, I'm unstabbable. I doubt she'd actually do anything, but I should follow her just in case. Yoruko, what business would she have in a place like this? She's entering that building under construction. I should follow her. The murder's not going to happen yet because, well, we're not that far into the chapter, but... So dark in here. What if this is a woman's fantasy? That's what triggers this. We haven't seen any scenes that it seems like that would trigger her so far. Footsteps. Is it coming from upstairs? Yoruko, what are you planning in such a creepy place? I guess I should keep following her. I should watch my steps considering this place is about to fall any second. Not him. Think that you'd actually show up this easily. What are you up to? You should have been more careful, you know. Do you even know what I'm about to do? If you're going to do it, hurry it up. What do you... You're here to kill me, right? Yeah, Tsutsuru kinda has a sort of death wish. You are disgusting. Yuki Maeda, the way you act right now creeps me out. No, you're not Yuki. Sora, even Sora is not Sora. Everyone except me is acting weird. No, perhaps I've become insane as well. I don't want to stay in this world anymore. That's why I'm going to kill you and end this all. It's like, it's hard to do it in the moment, isn't it? The problem is, Yuki has this divine luck, so you can't... Utsuro has this divine luck, so it's really difficult to kill. I'll kill the person who caused all of this. I will kill you. Aren't you gonna fight back? I'm about to kill you right now. Yoruko. Eek. What the hell are you doing? Sora? Yuko, just now, you weren't trying to kill Yuki, were you? But why? Did you forget what Nikkei said? He's the one to blame for all this. He's the goal of Void itself. If we get rid of him, then that will be in the Void. Are you just going to believe that nonsense like that? Nikkei put his life on the line to make Yuki the culprit. If that was a lie, then why would he have gone that far? In the end, he failed, but if Void's plan fails by Yuki dying, I will gladly take the shot. But you'll become a murderer. You're not that kind of person, Yoruko. No, I am. What do you even know about me? If you had the slightest interest in me, you wouldn't have betrayed me. No, us. Isn't it because you don't trust me that you won't tell me a single thing? It's because... Or what? If you don't want me to dirty my hands, would you rather do it instead? I guess you're much more experienced in killing than me, huh? Nothing again? Why are you always like this? Get away from him right now, Sora. I'll kill him and end this once and for all. You can't. There's no guarantee that this killing school trip would end by Yuki's death. And even if he's a Void's goal itself, he doesn't even know why he's being targeted. Would you really kill someone that innocent just because he's someone the Void's after? Shut up, I'm sick of everything. If I don't do this, then how am I able to withstand anything anymore? Yoruko, get out of my way, Sora. Stop it. Yuki? Yuko is right. I am the one at fault here. What do you mean? I noticed something change inside me these past few days. Like another personality is waking up inside of me. This personality is something that shouldn't come out. The Void's goal is most likely pursuing this persona. Yuki, why didn't you put down the knife first? You don't need to dirty your hands. I'll take responsibility and do it myself. Yuki! Yuki, what? I'm sorry, Sora, Yoruko. You all got mixed up in this mess because of me. This isn't your fault, Yuki. Stop thinking like that and put down the knife. To be honest with you, I don't know how much longer I can keep being myself. Someone else inside of me is trying to get rid of the real me. I want to end this with my own hands before I get devoured by him. No, I don't want this to be the end. This should only be the last resort. There must be another way, so please. Mikado said that it's almost finished, right? That his plan is almost over. So I need to do this before it's too late. Yuki! Are you going to throw your life away like this? The Shinji sacrifice to save you mean nothing to you? Big bro would want this as well. If I could sacrifice myself to save everyone. Don't be stupid, nobody wants that. Sora, I was just an ordinary kid. What did I do to deserve all this? Is it because I wanted to live a more special life? Am I getting punished for that selfish hope? I think I realize that now. It's better to be ordinary and nothing special than to go through something like this. If I get to live another life, an ordinary life like no other, that is what I wish for. Yuki! Yuki! I want to live. Master Utsuro? But lightning just struck the knife. Yep, that is the Utsuro. That's Utsuro for you. Sora, what did you just say? What do you mean? I didn't say anything. She said Master Utsuro. Utsuro, that's what you just said. Utsuro? The name that has been repeated dozens of times from the Voids, especially Mikado. See, you know something that we don't, Sora. I should know. There's no way I should not know about it. I've already realized it, haven't I? About who I am and who Master Utsuro is. Again, that voice. What voice? Yoruko? What? The reason I couldn't tell you anything last trial wasn't because I couldn't trust you. It's because someone among us had tried to kill me. Someone tried to kill you? I told you that I fell from the top floor of the Tower of Babel through the bottom floor and onto the power room. That happened because someone had pushed me off from the top floor. What? Someone pushed you, then you didn't go there by your own will? I honestly thought that I was dead, since I didn't know that I could go through the ground floor that time. But I went through it and survived the fall without a scratch, and I met up with someone. Then I went through the stairs up to the power room. When I got there, I saw Yuki running away from the scene, and the fainted Nikkei and Shinji. After that, I got controlled by some instinct that wasn't mine. It was like I wasn't myself. Wait, you met someone down there? Who? That's a long story. I'll talk about the details later. But more importantly, I still don't know who had tried to push me off. So she doesn't know. Oh. I thought she turned to look back. I did try to look back as I fell. Oh, but it wasn't able to get a good glimpse because of the light. I guess we weren't able to talk about it more in the last trial with Nikkei and Yuki interfering. But why did you tell me about that immediately? I figured me getting pushed off didn't have much to do with the trial. I thought that because I had used Nikkei's hands, that Nikkei would become the Blackened. And for whatever reason, all I could think of back then was to somehow save Yuki. I couldn't even think straight. And that was been on my mind all this time. So much that I became confused on who to trust and who not to. I guess that instinctiveness of mine has caused me to lose your trust in me. I'm truly sorry about that. Sora, wait, considering that we went through last trial, there's an obvious suspect among us, right? The one who pushed you off was Iroha Nijue. I think so too. Even before pushing Sora off, I had suspicions about her being a void. I mean, what's got to be the reason why she's even pushed Sora in the first place, right? They must kill for their goal. I did think that Iroha was suspicious, but it was always a maybe, not a certainty. But when I saw you two, I knew I had come out and had to come out and reveal the truth. Sora? Yuki Yoruko. I am a criminal. I caused Shinji to die, but even before that, I might have committed something unforgivable in my past. But even so, I cannot let Mikado and the Voids have things their way. I need your help. With so many of us dead, there's so much of our trust betrayed. I want you to lend me your powers. It's time that we combine our strength and defeat Void. I'll pay my price once everything is over. I still can't trust you, at least not until you tell me everything. Everything? Sora knows something we don't know. Until she tells us what that is, she's just another dirty murderer to me. Yuruko, but I'll tell you everything. Sora, as you said, maybe I do know something. Maybe I did have the answer this whole time. Perhaps I was afraid of learning the answer myself till I tried to fool my own memory to avoid the truth. You said that I was lying to myself, right? You're absolutely right about that. I was being afraid. Once I come to face the truth, I don't know what exactly will happen. I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared. But if the two of you trust me, then I will gladly return that trust with the courage to face the truth. With everyone. Sora? Just a few moments ago, I was only thinking about dying. Then Yoruko tried to kill me just now. I was ready to accept it. But strangely, after I saw your face, I felt myself being able to think much more clearly. Strange, huh? Yuki? Can I really do this? Honestly, I don't really know. I really don't know. I don't know how longer I can keep myself. But if I can use that short amount of time to do something worthwhile for a change instead of just killing myself. Big Bro really did sacrifice himself for me, and it wasn't in vain. Then What about you, Yoruko? What? Oh, well. Yoruko? Give me some time to think. And seriously? I mean, I just think about how many times we've been betrayed by those so-called friends. Hajime, Emma, the twins, Nikkei, they're all bad people. I guess that's to be expected, asking you to suddenly trust me like that. Yuki, Yoruko, it's already late at night. How about we end it off here for now and talk about it tomorrow? As I said before, I think we should first talk through everything. We'll try to solve everything else from there. Please think about what I said before you sleep tonight. If you cannot trust me even then, I'll gladly accept that reality. I'll send a message to you both first thing in the morning. We'll decide on when and where to meet. I'll be waiting for you. Sora! Yeah? No, it's nothing. Alright, that's probably for the best, considering how late it is right now. I hope I'm able to stay sane until tomorrow morning. Yuruko, Yuki. Good night. Oh, Yasumi Nasai. That should be everything I can do for now. All that's left is to hope for them to believe in me. No, it's not about me believing in me. It's about me believing in them. You mean them believing in me. It's about me believing in them. And if I truly believe in them, I should confess the truth to them about my true identity. So she really is Akane. That's weird. I should go to sleep for now. I did everything I can for now. Let's head back. Get smacked. A new age is about to start. It's time to put an end to the days I spent with you. I can't forget you, but that doesn't mean I will remember you. I'm sorry I wasn't able to keep my promise. Master Utsuro. Is that Akane there? That face? Was that Akane? She got shanked by Shobai. Where am I? How did I end up here? Hey, you're finally awake. What? Shobai, how did you... Where are we? Oh, sorry, I had the last minute kidnap you to check up on a few things. Kidnap me? So it was a blunt I felt in front of the hotel? What? Why am I almost naked? Took you long enough to realize that's because I took your clothes off. What's the meaning of this, you pervert? What's the meaning of this? I had to recheck that scar on your stomach for reasons. Okay, she's Akane. Well, figured that out. Well, again, it's weird because her personality is not Akane's. And her physique isn't really Akane's either, but okay. Well, I did have to look when I healed you on the first island. I did have a look when I healed you on the first island. But back then, I didn't have my memories. So, back then, so have you regained your memories? None of your business. Yes, this wound looks like it was made from the claws of a bear. Presumably from the old model Monokuma that was mass-produced. You said that you've got no memories. You know, it's been a long-ass while since this whole killing game started, and you looked at your body and never once thought there was something wrong with it. To see such a big scar on your body, and you're trying to hide it, right? I mean, now we know why she was trying to hide it. More to it than met the eye at first. I would have gotten suspicious the moment I saw it if I were you. Though I've only seen them through the records, this wound from the left side abdomen to the lower rib that resembles claw marks. I know somebody with those exact wounds. Akane Taira. That's who you're talking about, right? What? How'd you know that name? Interesting, I see. So that's how things turned out. Shobai, what's your plan here? Kidnapping me after all of this time. I never thought you was a good person. Well, I never imagined you do something like this for no reason. Let me cut to the chase then. Are you Akane Taira herself? Do I have a reason to answer that question? Right to remain silent, eh? No, not that it matters. This is the virtual world. Whether you are Akane Taira herself or someone pretending to be her, the fact that you have that scar means that one way or another you're related to that person. And that means Mikado Sanoji also knew of her too. Then why the hell did he hide that information from me? I don't understand a single word you're saying. Nothing. I've got no business with you anymore. It would have been best to hear it from you directly, but waiting for you to wake up was somewhat entertaining in itself, but have this unexpected revelation. Shobai, what are you? As soon as I saw that scar of yours, my business here was done. All that's left is to decide. To decide? Wait, where are you going? Let me go before you leave. Your friends will be arriving here soon. to do that for me. Don't you worry. Though I ended up unintentionally helping you again. Guess I gotta do what I was paid for. Huh? You teleports? What? Shobai? Shobai, where'd you go? Shobai! So he's evil too? Teleportation? No, that only applies to Mikado. And that felt more like its existence got erased rather than him teleporting. Sora, are you okay? Yaruko? We finally found you. How'd you even end up in this place? Like, I'm sorry. Why are you half naked? Let's get get you free first. Thank you. I appreciate the clothes as well, but how did you know? What do you mean, how do we know? It was noon, and when there was no messages from you after you said all that, I promised you'd contact us this morning last night. I know that you're not the type to break promises, and we figured something was up. So Yuki and I searched the camera footage over the whole city, and we saw you being with Shobai in some broken down building in the east. We ran to help you. Oh, so this is the east area, and noon you said? I was struck unconscious last night, and I've been out for that long? So are you hurt anywhere? And where did Shobai... Oh, I think I'm fine, thanks. But, what's wrong? Nothing, it's just that I thought that you hated me, but for you to save me despite that. That's not true, I just misunderstood you. Actually, I wasn't that mad at you. I was just frustrated at myself at the situation. I took my anger out on you. I went as far as to convince myself that killing Yuki was the best for everyone. I should be the one apologizing, Sora. I'm so sorry. Yaruko... Sorry, Yaruko was the one who sent a message suggesting we should search for you. When I thought that something might have happened to you, if you had died, before I even got the chance to make up with each other, I was just thinking about it. It's alright, Yaruko, I'm fine, so calm down. And I thought that I shouldn't despair like this. If Big Bro was still alive, we would have definitely helped me get up, even if it was by force. Even if we had the tiniest amount of strength left to resist, we should resist to the end. From the void, from this fate they talk about. Everyone, I can't thank you enough. I've done something unforgivable, yet you trust me like this. So I don't cry. We've all done some bad things. I tried to kill Yuki, remember? And... Guys? Sorry, but with Sora being safe and with everything, there's just so much going on that... I'm fine now. I think I've calmed down. Sorry for all the fuss I caused. No, I completely understand. I was all tears last trial as well, after all. No, you were all nothing face. You were all Utsuro face. Yuki? Huh? Are you alright? I think this is the first time I've seen you smile for a long while. Oh, well, I guess so. It was all alone ever since Big Bro died, but being with you kind of helped me regain my composure a bit, I guess. You've grown a lot, Yuki. Alright, I'm not gonna cry anymore. That'll be the end of this hopeless crybaby Yaruko. Now let's team up and beat the crap out of the voids. This gym is getting me uncomfortable, so how about we change places for now? I agree, Shobai that bastard, guiding Sora in a place like this, unforgivable. So are you sure he didn't do anything weird to you? Yes, I'm sure, but there are some things on my mind, though, that I want to talk about. Something on your mind? It's been only 2 days since we've arrived here, but a lot has happened since then. We should talk about everything, including that. You said that this was the east area. How about we head to my hotel? I've got a room around the west area. Hotel together now? Yeah, it's a hotel that's like any other around here. Nothing special. Aren't you two staying at hotels as well? Oh, right. I thought, What do you think about that, Yuki? What, me? I mean, sounds good, I think. What are you two on about? They, like, both have a crush on Sora at the same time. Weird love triangle. What do you mean? I was thinking about anything. I thought, though I doubt that's true for Yuki. Speak for yourself. I didn't think anything about that. You're the one who's acting weirdly about it. It's been a while since we had a lighthearted moment like this, right? Let me say that again. I've been on rough roads ever since Setsuka died. Now then, it's good that the atmosphere is more lighter. But there are conversations to be had, especially since we hadn't had the chance to do so for a long time. I've got some confessions to make as well. Yep, same goes for me. Well then, shall we go? Alright, we shouldn't let our guards down, though. Shobai could be around, anywhere around. It could appear out of nowhere. Okay, for some reason we have a bunch of cakes. So our tea's all done. Will these be enough for snacks? I just kind of picked up stuff randomly at the store below. Why did you bring so many? Well, I guess it doesn't matter since everything's free. Well then, why don't we calmly talk things over this wonderful tea party? You sure you're ready, Sora? If you are, talk to me or Yuruko. So are you ready? Whoa. Should we get started? Okay, so it's... I don't know why it's dual. Yes. I don't know what I'm being ready for, some sort of minigame. They ask me if I'm ready so intensely, it gets me nervous it's some sort of minigame or something. Now then, we've got a lot to talk about, haven't we? So many of the fold lyrics going on here. It's been a while since we've had one of these talks. It was only a few days ago we were all living together in the monikers. Where should we start? Sorry, before that, I need to apologize to Yuki. What, me? I tried to kill you. Me, Sora, we're just the same. We're all attempted murderers. I'm so sorry. I know that it won't change what I did, but I understand if you don't forgive me. Wait, you don't need to go that far. Didn't you hear what I just said? I tried to kill you. It's not just something we can forgive and forget. Well, I was planning to kill myself anyway when you had called me out. And I wasn't myself back then. What? You said it yourself, not the real Yuki. And you're completely right. Ever since the last trial, my conscience has had a constant game of tug-of-war between myself and some other me. My conscious... should be consciousness. I don't know why I keep saying conscious. But my consciousness has had a constant game of tug-of-war between myself and some other me. Wait, let's repeat. I mean, you did look completely different, but this other you... any idea who it could be? That's... Are you okay, Yuki? Yuki, if it's hard to tell us, you don't have to. I completely understand. No, I must. You said you do the same, right? I have to face my reality right here and now. Just give me some time. Trying to tell you right on the spot is kind of more difficult than I thought. I just wanted to say up front that there is no need for you to apologize. Alright, if you say so. But I'd feel guilty if you just let things be by or whatever. So I'll get you dinner or something when we get out of here. Oh, good for you, Yuki. She is an extremely talented cook. Who said I had to cook it myself? Yeah, I guess I'll be looking forward to it. Then, while both me and Yuki have a lot to say, why don't we cover the island report first? Oh, you're right. We've always used to do that first thing right after investigating the island. This island has been the largest so far. So much that it has been a huge burden to investigate it alone. It's been 4 days since we arrived here. Let's compile all we've learned so far. Alright, I'll start. Well, looks like we have protagonist inner circle. To the highest degree. So is Shobai, Mikado, and Otori gonna die? One of those three, two of those three gonna die because we've just have an established protagonist inner circle. Is that everything? I guess we'll all search pretty much the same things. It's like, yeah, you've seen these like through two games already. They're boring. They just tell you, reiterate to you what you've already seen. We can just skip this part. Well, it wasn't like we coordinated our investigation. We weren't all that invested on investigating. Compared to last time, anyway. I forgot to add, there's something I need to warn you about regarding the twin buildings. About the bridge that connects those two buildings. Well, the doorway is still there, the bridge itself is missing. So be careful not to fall there. Wait, what? It looked totally fine when it looked from the outside, though. Some sort of bug, at least according to what Mikado said. A bug? I guess it's because we're in a virtual world. I couldn't have believed it myself if I hadn't had the prior experience of going through the actual floor back in the Tower of Babel. That and what Monocro said when we had just arrived here. I guess it's pretty much been confirmed that we're in a virtual world. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Mikado teleports and flies around freaking everywhere. If that's the case, then we're in more serious trouble than I thought. What do you mean? You all saw it, right? The video in the broadcasting room at the Twin Tower. The one with Yuri. I've been wanting to ask your opinion on that video. Was that really Yuri? It's him for sure. I know he's got the same accent and that weird attitude, but he looks completely different from the Yuri we know. Perhaps Void created that video just to confuse us? No, it's gotta be real. You sound confident on that. Is there something you figured out? It's just a theory, but hear me out. She's gonna be the Ray, right? Remember when Yuki told us that this was a virtual world and that the Voids also erased our memories? They might have just had might have not just erased memory, but also completely reworked it. Reworked it? Let's just leave Sora aside for now since she has no memory to begin with. What's your most recent memory before coming to Utsuroshima Island? Well, I guess it would be to gather in a certain place at a certain time, just like it said in the enrollment document. And have our entrance ceremony there, right? Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be the same for every one of us? Everyone here just should have received the same document. But is that actually what happened? What do you mean? You're not saying that even our memories before we arrived here could be false? Let's be real here, we're in a virtual world where the owner is free to do whatever they want. As long as we're in this reality, we're bound by their logic, not our own. Falsified memories and reality. That may be the truth behind this entire killing school trip. Hold on, then what's the deal here? All the memories we have, our family, home, and youth, they're all lies? Exactly, you could have a V3 kind of situation facilitated by the virtual reality that is Danganranpa 2-esque. No, I wouldn't go that far. What I'm saying is that our memories and appearances could be stuck to where we were when we were high school students. But we're all older. What? I don't get what you're trying to say. In other words, we might have already graduated high school and grown up in the real world. What, me, a grown-up? It might be hard to believe, but with this we can explain what we saw in Yuri's video. How do we even end up with this conclusion? How'd you even end up with this conclusion? There were a lot of reasons for it, but most conclusively, it was Yuri. The reporter in the video clearly states that Yuri, despite being in his young 20s, is already leaving a mark in the astronomical history. If the video was real, then Yuri really was in his 20s. I see, our avatars in the virtual world are whatever the developer wants it to be. So the Yuri that we knew was from the high school age, not from his actual age in the real world. That can't be. For some reason, the mastermind needed us to be high schoolers for this killing school trip. So they set our memories and physical appearance to our high school years. That's my theory. Yuki? Sorry, my legs suddenly gave out. To think that this would be the truth behind it all. But is this even possible? It's just a theory, but it's highly probable. If this really is a virtual world, then all our memories and physical attributes should be just be a bunch of code, right? Well, at least our consciousness would be real if this uses BCI. But our consciousness would be acting based on false memories, and they were able to modify it. That's amazing, Yuruko. How'd you come up with all this just from that one video? It wasn't just that. Another clue was the twins' motive video after the third trial. Do you remember what Kanade said? Kanade? Mikado, would you care to explain this video? I never murdered my parents. Sure, that's definitely our house, and I never did such a thing. Granted, I did plan to murder my parents eventually as a grand finale to my Hibiki puppet plan, but I decided that was too early for now. I don't know the exact details, as Monokuro is the one who's controlling most of this killing game. But I can say for sure that both this video and the video that everyone received are not made up in any way, shape, or form. I swear it's true on my magician's oath. Wait a minute. So that's it. So that's how it was all along. Amazing. I would never have guessed. What a twist. Kanade said that she never killed her parents, but she planned to do so as a finale for her plan to make Hibiki her puppet. And Mikado said the video was real, which means that, I see. The Kanade in her high school days hadn't killed her parents yet, and our memories were modified. That the Kanade in the real world had killed her parents in accordance to her plan. No. It was a matter of when. Kanade killing her parents is something that has already happened in the real world, a past memory. But from the perspective of the high school Kanade in this virtual reality, it becomes something from the future. I wasn't able to wrap my head around it, what she meant at that time, but once you connect it with Yuri's video, it all makes sense. Before her execution, Kanade was laughing like crazy as if she had realized something big. Perhaps she realized all of this right there on the spot. As crazy as she was pretty smart. If this theory is correct, that's a new term that's just been coined, smart. Smart and criminally insane. If this theory is correct, and we're all adults that have already graduated Hope Speak Academy, then that means that we're shoved into this place when we were all going about our own lives. I wonder about that. I guess we have no idea what our real-world lives are like while we're stuck here. From our point of view, it's something that'll happen in the future when we grow up. My head's starting to hurt. And so are the supposition that we are Hope Speak students might be wrong as well. What? Remember what Teruya said on the third island. He said his class was the last to graduate from Hope Speak Academy. Actually, they didn't even graduate to be admitted. Oh, that's right, I remember. That was the reason why he decided he couldn't trust us. His class was the last to graduate from Hope Speak. That means we have nothing to do with Hope Speak. If we go back to my theory, Hope Speak should have existed back when we were high school students. But to Teruya, who broke in from the outside, someone with memories of the real world, Hope Speak should have been long gone with Teruya's class. Broke in? When we first met in Tsuroshima, Teruya and some other woman had broken in with guns, remember? Recalling Mikado's attitude back then, the Kisaragi Foundation were unannounced intruders from the point of view of the Voids. I see, we had our memories and physiques modified beforehand according to the Void's plan. But the intruders from Kisaragi Foundation hadn't had their memories and physical body modified, retaining their real-world status. Incredible, we have even more clues to your theory, Yoruko. I think this is the most plausible theory we have for now. Actually, we don't have a way of explaining things if this wasn't the case. Now then, the problem is, why are we, who have nothing to do with Hope Speak, participating in a killing game while forced to think as Hope Speak students, with our memories and body back to our high school selves? That's all I can think of for now. Honestly, the only reason I was able to go this far, was because we were given so many hints unbeknownst to us. I still don't understand what the true intention of Void is. No, Yoruko, I was able to confirm some things thanks to you. What do you mean? After hearing your theory, I'm more certain than ever about my true identity. You said so, right? That I know something about this. Sora? So you're finally going to tell us? Actually, the Void's true goal has already been mostly revealed by Nikkei and Mikado. I know that, if we recollect all the info we've heard so far, all Void members were saved by a certain someone, and they're looking for that person. The Killing Soul Tip is a plant to meet with that person once more, and their target is somehow Yuki. Nikkei said that this was to give a trial to Yuki, erasing his current personality to channel in a certain someone else. Hold on. When Yuki said just now that there's another self inside of him, that's right, I know exactly who's trying to take over Yuki's body. Master Utsuro. Master? Oh, sorry, I meant Utsuro. He's Void's savior and goal. The Void is enforcing this killing game for the sole reason of meeting him once again. Yeah, come to think of it, this island's name is Utsuroshima. Considering this is a virtual island in a virtual world, they picked a really obvious name there. But why? I get that they're trying to resurrect Utsuro's personality onto Yuki. Overriding someone's personality. While it is unrealistic, it might be possible in this virtual world. I mean, if there's should be a large time gap between us right here and us in the virtual world, so the discrepancy in the scientific knowledge should be given. But why would they use poor Yuki instead of finding the real guy if they actually have all that tech? That's because Master Utsuro is dead. Sora? Sorry, he's dead. So that's why we can't meet him in the real world. Akane? What? What's wrong, Yuki? No, this isn't, no, that's wrong, why? Sorry, you're Sora, I'm Yuki Maeda, that's right, that's who I am. No, I'm you're Akane. It's okay. Everything's okay, Master Utsuro, calm down. I, Akane Taira, will always, no matter what, stand by your side. That is why everything will be okay. And... Yuki! He's fine. Looks like he just fainted from exhaustion. Yoruko? You're Sora, right? Sora? Looks like there's no need to tell Yuki the truth. He's already realized it himself. Who are heck you? Akane Taira. That's my real name. Akane Taira? I'm sorry, Yoruko. My memory just returned to me. No, to be honest, I've had it back for a while now. I've just been running away from it because I didn't want to acknowledge my true identity. Your true identity? The trigger was meeting them in the basement of the Tower of Babel. Them? I told you yesterday night that I met someone after falling through the floor, remember? The person I met there was Rei Mikaru. Wait, Rei Mikaru? That was the person from the Kisaragi Foundation with Teruya on the first day. Yeah. I thought she was dead. I get how Teruya survived since he was only flung away, but Rei was burned to ashes in front of our eyes. Wait, so dying here doesn't mean you die in the real world? Wasn't that Nikkei's lie, though? I'm not really sure how she survived myself. I wasn't able to ask her if death here results in death in the real world. Nikkei's dead, so we won't be able to confirm if what he said was true until we actually get out of here. Whatever happened, and Rei is still alive, and the Foundation did indeed intervene to do something inside that tower. Okay, so that was... that was Rei. Ouch. Am I still alive? Pile of books. I guess reading really does save lives. Falling on a pile of books, you would still die, though. Wait, more importantly, I thought for sure I'd hit the ground, so where am I right now? What's that sound? One. There. Anyone there? What is this, some sort of hologram? I repeat, if someone is listening over there, please respond. Damn it, I just managed to get connected, and now this. I'm listening. Who are you? A response? You are... Who are you? Teruya, is that you? Oh, my name is Sora. Oh, it's getting fainter. I don't have time to think about it. I guess I've got no choice. Something's Rei Mikaru, member of the Kisaragi Foundation, to save you. Rei? Oh, you must be Teruya's partner. For you, however, so... I'm sorry, there's a lot of static on the line. I don't know if you can hear, but the point is, I'll send Teruya the download his reset code. And give it to Teruya. Now something just materialized itself out of thin air. I know it's a virtual world, but it all feels so surreal to actually see it happen. One more thing, I just heard from Keen about this. Akane Taira is still alive. So Kinjo. Among herself, not lost her memories. Tell this information to Teruya, he doesn't know about. After his memories have returned, he will figure a way, contact us. How are you? I don't know who you are, but please deliver it to him no matter what. In is. Okay, so that's how she heard the name of Akane Taira. Rei, you're fading out. Is this Teruya's reset code? Rei, what? That's what she said. So she really was alive, just like Nikkei said. And that means that hologram was from the real world. Hold on, the reset code and the other thing she talked about. Akane Taira. That name, where have I? That's... I am. So hearing that name made you remember. Sora, wait, no. Should I call you Akane? No. Please call me Sora like usual. Sora? It's still Sora, at least for now. I think I'm sure of it. Sora. Tell me who you know who Akane Taira was. You said that you'd tell me the truth, Sora. That you'd trust us and face the reality even if you were scared to death of it. You promised, so I hope you'll keep that promise. To know who Akane Taira was, we first need to know who Master Utsuro was. Master Utsuro was someone special to Akane Taira, saving her from a hellscape when she was young. Save her? Utsuro was born with a very special gift. It's a gift called Divine Luck. Divine Luck? Wait, didn't Mikado mention that like once or twice? He was born with a special fate. It was like he was chosen by fortune itself, able to create miracles and pave paths of luck without ever paying the price. I'm not sure if I get it, but you're saying he was like really lucky? It wasn't just about being lucky. His power was well above of just good luck. It should be that of just good luck. The true power of divine luck is having everything, everyone, every matter on earth will bend to your will. Divine luck will provide you with the circumstances necessary, tailored to him and him alone. The process of how it happened means nothing under that power. No result is unachievable if he wishes for it, even if no process exists for it. That's called omnipotence, though, not divine luck. That's... The scariest part of this power is that, because it always respects the will of its user, Master Utsuro, him and his companions, even if they are being used by Master Utsuro, he can bless them with his luck if he yearns for it. The whole world is in the palm of his hands by the super high school level power of his and his alone. Well, that should be ultimate power. That should be ultimate in that situation. The ultimate power of his and his alone. That is the truth of divine luck. That can't be something that unrealistic. I know I called this virtual world shenanigans unrealistic, but that still can't be explained somehow by science. We're basically talking about superpowers here. I didn't believe it myself when I first met him, but his powers are the real deal. Alright, I believe you. Let's just say that this Utsuro guy was born with this unbelievable power. Then what? Master Utsuro roamed around the country when he was young, using his divine luck to help out kids around his age. Those who've met with a terrible fate. One that is inescapable without some otherworldly power. He helped so many young children escape from the hell they were trapped in. Hang on, that story... Yeah. Hajime Sanoji. Mikado Sanoji. Hajime Makunochi. Ima Mangarobi. Nikkei Yomiuri. And although it's not confirmed, Iroha too. All of them have lived through a horrible childhood, and Utsuro was the one who rescued them from it. He's Void's savior. Just now, you said that Utsuro is already dead, but the Voids wanted to meet their savior, Utsuro, no matter what. Since resurrecting the dead in real life is impossible, they tried to recreate him in this virtual world. Correct. That leaves me with some questions. First, why did they have to use Yuki of all people? From what you've told me, I don't really see a connection between this Utsuro guy and Yuki. Second, why are they going this far to meet him? Maybe Yuki's an NPC. Well, I get that they want to thank him for changing their lives for the better, but if I was their savior, I doubt I'd want them to go far as to do something like this to meet me. I'll answer your second question first. It all boils down to Master Utsuro's power. I mentioned that Utsuro blessed him with divine luck. These children would have never been able to escape their hell on their own. So the new lives they got were essentially created by divine luck. Now, since divine luck power suddenly disappeared from this world, what happens then? They realize they're not good actors, they're not good journalists, they're not good artists. No way. Yeah, divine luck is a power strong enough to bend even fate. Without it, everything will slowly reverse itself. If perhaps there was someone who should have been dead but was saved by Utsuro's powers, without that power, their luck would also disappear, and their fate will eventually return them to its original destination. In other words, death. What? So if the Voids were saved by divine luck, that means they'll eventually return to their hellscape. So that's why. That's why without question, without reason, even if it was only inside a virtual world, they needed that power once more. But I had no choice. If this plan failed, there was no way out for me. We can't go back anymore. We Voids, even if we think our ways, there is no salvation for us. Even if we team up and fight against Mikado and escape this place, there's no future for us. We aren't even just searching for him just to see him. We had to put our lives on the line to find him. Without him, there was no future for us. It isn't a big of a stretch that you might think. Technically speaking, you could just say that Nikkei got caught up in my scheme. Do you not find it curious why I went to such lengths? It was because that Utsuro guy had died, that his powers affect while others disappeared slowly as well. And when the Void, led by Mikado, noticed that they could use a virtual world to resurrect him. Then what about Yuki? How is he related to all this? I'll be honest, Yuki doesn't really have anything to do with this in any way. Huh? It's just that back when he was alive, he had kidnapped and imprisoned Yuki Maeda, a student who had just enrolled into Hope's Peak Academy as the super high school level lucky student, so that he could get into Hope's Peak as the fake Yuki Maeda. What do you mean? So this is the real Yuki. Oh! So there is a Yuki. What do you mean? Did he disguise as him? It wasn't just any disguise, it was done using the power of divine luck. By Utsuro's will, he wanted to get into Hope's Peak. His luck made Yuki Maeda someone with a similar physique as him, enroll into Hope's Peak as the super high school level lucky student. And so the real Yuki had no luck at all. But if you erase Utsuro's memories, he turns into Yuki. Originally, Yuki and Utsuro had no connection between them, but up until the moment he died, he acted as Yuki Maeda. That's why the Voids must have thought that Yuki's brains must be the key to resurrect Utsuro. If he was chosen by Utsuro, then it must be the case that his brain was the most similar to Utsuro's. So that's the real objective of Void. Though I can't say for sure, it should be mostly correct. Though I should know it better than anyone else. Because Sora, no. Akane Taira is the same situation as the Voids. So that's it, right? You're the true identity of Akane Taira. Or Akane Taira is your true identity. So that's why you knew about it. About Yuki, about Utsuro, about divine luck. And you've been referring to Utsuro as master all this time, just like Mikado. You are right. Akane Taira was also one of the gifted who were blessed with the divine luck. However, I don't know how I am standing here, if I'm honest with you. What do you mean? Now that my memory is back, the last thing I remember happening to me is Master Utsuro's death. And Akane Taira's too. Yes, dead. She is most certainly dead. Then why? Sora? If you really are Akane Taira, and you're in the same situation as the Void members, then are you on our side or theirs? Answer me, Sora. I know I said I'll trust you, but now that your memory has returned, I might have to oppose you depending on your answer. I know it's cruel of me to say this, but... no, you're being perfectly reasonable. Akane Taira is someone who should die. Her and Master Utsuro had committed too many sins, more than it can be forgiven. Sins? The Voids have committed many crimes, sure, but Akane Taira has done far worse. That's why she should die. You said Utsuro tried to save as many kids with unfortunate fates as possible. He doesn't sound like that bad of a person to me. Master Utsuro had a heart of gold, but that's what I wanted to believe. But he also is deceiving his own self. He has lost his sense of self due to his power. The reason he saved all those children, including Akane Taira, was presumably nothing more than killing time. What, he helped them all out of boredom? That's just the type of person he is. But once he had met that girl, it started to change, for the worse that is. That girl? She's a finished tale, not related to this. The point is that Master Utsuro, never mind her, and Akane Taira have committed many unforgivable crimes together. Akane Taira's life belongs to Master Utsuro, the one who saved her. That's what she thought as she put forth any request her master had asked of her. Whatever the request may be, even if it resulted in the death of her precious friends. If it was the will of Master Utsuro, then Sora? Master Utsuro and Akane Taira had chosen to pay for what they have done. In that very lab in the trial grounds. Sora, why don't we calm down a bit first? Now remember it as clear as day. Akane Taira should be down in the depths of the sea with Master Utsuro. Yes, together. I can't let him be alone. I swore I'd be with him together forever with my Master Utsuro. Calm down. And why? Why is this wretched body still alive when he's dead? Sora! Look at me, get a hold of yourself. Yoruko? Answer me, are you Sora? Or Akane Taira? Like, imagine if, well, at the end of, At the end of the first game, you have to choose, are you Yuki or are you Utsuro? And in order to get to the end of the game, you have to choose that you are Utsuro. But what's the relationship between Yuruko and Kurokawa? Might be none at all. Wait, no, that came out wrong. What I was trying to say was, you're not Akane Taira. What? I've got my memories back. You truly are Akane. Why do you keep referring to her in the third person? Well, you said it yourself. When I asked who you are, you said that you're not Sora. You're Sora, at least for now. Is that what you told me? But to say name Sora, it's just something Yuki came up with on the spot. My name is Akane Taira. If I deny that, then I'd just be running away from the truth again. No, that's different. You told me everything you know. You faced the outcome that is Akane Taira, that's for sure. Just because you accepted the outcome doesn't mean it still has to end that way. Yuruko? You know, I'll ask this once more. Don't beat around the bush and answer this one thing. Are you on our side or the Void's? I think that the Voids are in the wrong. I can't stand up for them. Master Utsuro is already dead. He yearned for his death and finally achieved it in that lab and on that fateful day. But who the hell do you think they are, resurrecting him against his own will? He never asked for any of that. So you don't agree with what the Voids are doing. Doesn't that mean you're on our side? If I had to choose, yeah. But Akane Taira is basically the same as the Voids. I cannot be a hypocrite and act like I'm the good guy now. Why not? What? You said that you should have died, and you don't understand why you're still alive. That you have committed an unforgivable crime, and you're the same as the Voids. But I still like you, Sora. Yuruko? So remember what I said back in the monocruise a few days ago. When Yuki just said that we were in the same boat. Haha, on the same boat. In the same boat. I think I acted selfish at first. After all, I've just met everyone. I didn't really like a lot of you. But now I agree, everyone we've met since coming here, everything we've been through, even if we escape this place and grow old, I doubt I'll ever forget any of it. I still feel the same way, about Yuki and especially you. The two of you will probably be unforgettable friends that I'll remember for the rest of my life. So who cares about what Akane Taira did? Who cares about Utsuro? Even if Yuki gets taken over by Utsuro and you're actually Akane Taira, that doesn't erase all the memories we've had in Utsuroshima. This is so anime. I don't care if you're being hypocritical. I don't care if you're just acting as if you're the good guy. If anyone has a problem with that, that's never going to be me. Sorry, I really, really like you. I trust you. I think of you as well, friends. What about you? I also like you. I like Yuki. I share the same feelings as you. That's all the more reason that I can't be with you. Sora, I'm sorry about this. Huh? Ow. I don't know what your past was like. I'll probably never understand it. You might not forgive your past self now that you remember everything. But to me, the you standing here is Sora. I'm still hung up over... Why is... She's irrecognizable? Like... That whoever... That someone destroyed the statue of Akane. Someone ripped Akane out of that class photo. Which suggests that Sora is recognizable as Akane. Utsuro resurrecting in Yuki was able to recognize her as Akane. But she doesn't look like Akane. You can justify why. You can just say that you can make her physical appearance whatever you wanted to in the simulation. But then, how is she recognizable still? That's the problem. But to me, are you standing here is what you standing here is Sora. I want the Sora I know and love to live alongside me. I want us to stay friends. That's why, if you're alive, I think that's all that matters. I guess you do need to atone for what you did. But using that sin as a reason to abandon us, now that is what I call running away. If you're with us, then stay with us till the end. Ayame. What? Ayame Hitano? But what does she have to do with anything? Huh, what'd you say? Nothing. Yaruko. Thank you. I think it's just a reference to a relationship with Ayame that she had in the first Killing Game. I don't think Yaruko is actually Ayame. Sora? My name is Akane Taira. Yeah, that's who I am. But at the same time, I am Sora. Sora? Even though my memories have returned, there are still mysteries left to uncover. And ironically, that was another time when her memories were gone, right? But she was, with her memories gone, she was able to be as Akane. Be something. It's like, I saw the good in me, you know? The biggest one being, now I'm still alive. I think that may have come, I may have some connections with the Voids too. So I guess I can stay as Sora until it's solved. No, even if we can take care of everything, we can still stay. You can still stay as Sora. People change, I have, more than once. I ended up hurting the person who had changed me, but I still think of them as a savior. And if I could change someone like they changed me, if it helps, I'll do anything for you. Yuruko? Ruko? Ruko-chan? What'd you just say? No, this isn't like Sora, is it? Thank you, Yuruko. It wasn't like I did it so that you would thank me or anything. No, that's not it. It's my pleasure, Sora. What are we gonna do with this passed out Yuki? Sora, now that we've unintentionally answered many of our questions with you recovering your memories, shouldn't we tell Yuki once he wakes up? No, I think he's already noticed. To be honest, I don't know much about virtual worlds to know just how much Utsuro's personality has affected Yuki. But Yuki called me Akane once. As I recovered Akane Taira's memory, he must have recovered Master Utsuro's memory as well. For going by my theory, then I'm at my high school self right now. So I might recover my memories as well. I hope I can remember the memories of the real world, then I would be some help to you. Let's not be too hasty now, we've already uncovered most of the Void's plans. I also feel a bit confused from just uncovering so much information. What are the chances of Yuki giving us extra information that we didn't know when he wakes up? With Yuki's body being the Void's target, they must have made sure his memories were taken care of. I doubt that he recovers something more important than the memories of Akane Taira, who knew Master Utsuro more than anyone else. I guess so. You did uncover most of your Void's plans. So once Yuki gets up, I guess we talk about how to stop them. I have an idea or two about that, actually. Wait, really? I wasn't able to talk really due to my memories flooding in your theory. But we can talk about it once Yuki gets up. Alright then. But two people will have to die first. I see. So that's the silhouette of Akane, by the way. It's different. See, it's different. So that was my choice. Not to return as Akane Taira, nor denying her and running away from the truth, but to live together with Akane Taira. I didn't give up nor totally recover from it in the end. But this was my choice. I might regret it later, filled with despair, but if that's my choice, then I'll gladly accept it. What will the future hold for us? This truly is getting exciting. Yuki hasn't woken up yet. Let's wait a while till he gets up. Well, we cannot talk to her, Yuruko, so I guess we just investigate the room and get the coins. Small hotel, standard bathroom. It doesn't compare to the Monocruise. It's a computer. It's working fine, but it isn't connected to the internet. Looks like we can play play games though. What, like Solitaire and Minesweeper? I can see buildings and forest from here, and forest. It's a 100-inch massive TV. Since this is a virtual world, nothing actually works though. Oh, this is gonna trigger something stupid. I don't think I should sleep now. Oh, it's Sora's bed. Okay. Yuki? Yuki's chest finally started showing signs of movement. He slowly started to breathe in and out. His body twitched, and a small frown dawned on his face. Yuki, you're up. Hi. Are you okay, Yuki? Can you get up? Am I still myself? Who else would you be? You're definitely Yuki Maeda. I'm still Yuki. Thank goodness. I was worried I was never going to wake up. Yuki? I saw a single tear fall from Yuki's face. It seems like he really was relieved about it. But neither Yuruko nor I said anything about it. We knew very well the pain he was going through. He spoke to me in the dream I just had. He? No, if this is the virtual world and if my brain is really connected to its virtual space, then that was probably not a dream. Utsuro, he tried to steal my body. Master. Master! I don't remember what he tried to say. My memory is still a little hazy on that. But I instinctively knew that the next time I faint like that, I would stop being myself. Yuki? Sora? Akane Taira? That's your real identity, right? So, you've realized it. No, I didn't, but Utsuro's memory told me so when he tried to take over my brain. But still, you're here with us now, Yuki. Sora also had a breakdown of her own when she recovered her memory, but she's fine now. So you'll be fine too, even if this is your last chance. The killing game is almost over anyways. Yuruko? She's right, our bodies belong to us. We'll safely escape from this place, with me being me and you being you. When I fainted and I met Utsuro, even in my weakest state. Oh, that's why he's not useful in the trials. Because Yuki's just an ordinary guy. He's not Utsuro. He just looks a lot like him. Okay. And that's why he has a hair spike, but Utsuro doesn't. I was able to get a hold of myself when I thought of you guys. Thank you, Sora. Yuruko, it's all thanks to you. That's like the hint. He's different, because he has the hair spike. Yuki? You seem much better than we thought. But he was still on the very edge of tipping over. I could feel that Master Utsuro's revival was soon to happen. We didn't have much time left. Each and every one of us knew that. After a short break, I briefly told Yuki what I had told Yuruko. Yuki was surprised, predictably so, but as Master Utsuro had already taken over a considerable amount of his consciousness, he took it quite well, and that was the end of that. Now then, let's get down to business. Our goal is to escape this virtual reality and stop the Void's plans. Yes, Mulan has entered the chat. With that, Yuki and I won't be replaced by someone else, and no one would have to die. Yes, but there will no longer be more traitors like Nikkei from Void helping out, so we gotta do this on our own. Yeah, now that Mikado had banned it through official school rules, we're pretty much on our own, so how do we go about this? About that, Sora. What did you mean by having an idea or two? Sora, did you do something? We must do it first. Well, what we must do first most is to find Teruya. Teruya? Oh yeah, you've been looking for him ever since the last trial. Oh wait, so what happened in that basement of the Tower of Babel? Yep, remember what I told you about when I fell down there? I received Teruya's reset code from Ray. And Teruya was able to unlock his reset code, uncover his memories, and a few days ago... What, for real? So you already handed it over to him? Then where's Teruya right now? I don't know. What? That's why I said we need to search for Teruya. When I last saw him, he definitely looked like his memories had returned to him. But right after that, he vanished. I'm asking just in case, did anyone see him whilst you were investigating? The last time I saw him was on the night we first arrived here. Same here. The Kisaragi Foundation that Teruya is part of has been chasing the Voids long before this killing school trip. They must know something about the voids that we don't, including information about this virtual world. Why? Why did he suddenly disappear? Oh, Sora, the Twin Towers' top floor. The broadcasting room there shows camera footage across the whole city. Maybe we'll find him if we look through that. You're right, that's how we found you when Shobai kidnapped you after all. I know that, but after watching the monitors for a good few hours, I didn't see Teruya anywhere. What the heck? Is he intentionally hiding in some hidden area? Still, he should be here somewhere on this island. I wasn't able to make much progress looking for him on my own. But if us three cooperate, we'll definitely be able to find him. Right, Teruya with his memory back will definitely be helpful. His partners in the Kisaragi Foundation seem to be trying to save us, at least going by what you've said, Sora. Guys? Yes, what's the matter? What are we going to do about the others? The others? Even with 3 people searching the city from top to bottom would be realistically impossible. I mean, it'd still be better than doing it alone, but more firepower would definitely be some help. But there's only 7 of us left, out of the 16 we started out with. If we exclude us 3 and Teruya, all we have left is Mikado, Iroha, and Shobai. Oh, what a lineup. And considering Mikado's a void and Iroha's most likely one too, the only option we have left is Shobai. That's exactly who I'm talking about. Wait, what? I know Shobai's a bad guy. Bad guy. But even he's trapped here by the voids, right? Don't you think he'll somehow help us if we talk it out? Yuki, I'm about that. We won't be able to find Shobai anymore. Well, what do you mean, won't be able to find him? Back when he kidnapped me, he disappeared in front of my eyes, mere moments before you 2 entered the room. Disappeared? What do you mean by that? Literally, as in, not as if he walked out of the room or anything like that. There was a sudden flash of light, and then just like that, he was gone. It was like Mikado's teleporting. What? Is he a wizard as well? No, that can't be. I'm honestly not as clueless as you, just as clueless as you are. Well, then there's nothing we can do about that. Honestly, it might be better off without him. I mean, searching for Shobai so we can search for Teruya together? Doesn't make much sense, does it? I guess you're right. Alright then, it's just us 3. I'm about Iroha. So I know what you're going to say. I also thought she would be kind and pure girl at first. But Iroha as our prime suspect is a void for now, and we must avoid the biggest risks if we can. I know. It's just that I can get where she's coming from, so it hurts me a bit to do this. I would have done the same thing if I had took even a step in the wrong way. Sora? I know if she really is a void, then she's our enemy. You can't just leave her be out of pity. However, if we get a chance to redeem herself, she gets a chance to redeem herself, and if we get to talk with one another, then I'd like to give her another chance. Our true enemy here is Mikado. Well then, shall we get moving? Wait, can I have a moment? Is there something you left to talk about? No, it's nothing much, but since we got to work together again after so long, why don't we all stay in the same place at night as well? Stay together at night? Yuki, you went to sleep in this room together, but there's only one bed. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. I said that we'd share the same room? Who said we share the same room? I meant this hotel. There's a lot of rooms here, right? Oh, you're suggesting we move into this hotel? Oh, that I agree with you. You're basically saying that we should go back to living together in the same place like it was in the Mono Cruise, right? That's exactly it. If we live far apart, it'd be a pain to walk all the way every time we need to talk to each other. I was settled down in the southern area, so it's pretty far away from here. So, yeah, my room's on the east area, so it takes a while to move from here to there. Huh, I never thought about that. Alright then, let's move in. Good idea. So I'm gonna get my key card. You cool with that? Go ahead, I'll take a look outside the hotel in the meantime. Who knows, maybe I'll get lucky and find Teruya hiding in a bush or something. Alright, we'll be on the lookout as well while we get our cards. We get out cards. Though I'd imagine it's not the safest to be splitting up like this. Well, we were each on our own for the last few days and nothing happened, so I think we'll be fine. What's wrong, Yoruko? Well, it's just that, don't you find it a bit weird? That it's only Teruya we haven't seen since arriving here? Also, we haven't seen a glimpse of Mikado or Hiroha. What are they doing and where are they? You've got a point. With Hiroha, we probably don't need to worry, but Mikado might be plotting something behind our backs. I don't know, I guess worrying about it now wouldn't make much of a difference. We've already lost quite a bit of time, so let's get moving quick. It'd be better if we get started on our search before it gets too dark. Right. Be careful out there, you two. After you're done moving, let's gather here once more and decide what to do. Okay, we'll be back soon, Sora. And the two probably left to retrieve their keycards from their respective hotels. What if it's like a subversion and both those two die? Oh dear. So Yuki was staying in the south area and Yuruko in the north. It'll be quite a while till they come back. Yuruko does have a point. It's not just Teruya, Mikado's nowhere to be seen. Well, he was, you know, somewhere. I guess I haven't noticed it since I was begging to not see him since the day we've met. Granted, the city is pretty large, but not seeing each other at all for the past few days, especially when we've been all over the place searching for Teruya. Was it just the case that we somehow missed each other? Or is there something else at play here? As Yuruko said, we have no clues on the answers to our questions for now. Alright, well the two are gone, I guess I could take a look around the hotel. Why do I have to investigate this over and over again? Why is that in Korean? Okay, I'm really nervous for this. What kind of chapter 5 nonsense? Well, let's look back on the hotel until they arrive. Look on the hotel until they arrive. No! Ah! Huh, an announcement? No, wait, it can't be. Oh, okay. What? All of a sudden, the announcement bell, the screen displayed something unbelievable. Someone who's wearing gloves that look like Mikado's gloves, but we don't know. Somebody with a knife and a camera recording a scene in first person. I instantly recognized the room. It was the broadcast room on the Twin Towers' top floor. There, Teruya lay unconscious. The person I've been looking for all this time, the person who somehow vanished from the entire island. Teruya Otori's lumpless body staring back at me. Limpless. It's either limp or lifeless. Make up your mind. What is this? And is this live? What? No. Well, it's not a body discovery. The video abruptly ended as the unknown individual with a knife stepped closer and closer to Teruya. Why the broadcast was made and for what reason and whatever it was live, I didn't have a clue. An outrageous broadcast that was simply out of the blue. And yet before I knew it, I was already running. Teruya's in danger. As soon as I comprehended that fact, I ran without hesitation, without thought. And got killed. The top floor to the left of the left twin tower. Even though the broadcast was cut short, I was certain it was the right place. The room showed in the video was definitely the broadcasting room. However, the room from the west and east towers are structurally the same. It just came down to 50-50. Oh. It's the one with the location of the window and the golden statue seen far away from the window. I used that information to deduce that the location of the window was the west building. Please don't say I'm too late. You're always too late. This is Danganranpa. Teruya, I can't let him die. He's the key to everything right now. But before that, he's a friend that's been with us through this killing game. It's not just about him. I'm not going to let anyone else die anymore. I became Kinjo. I took a deep breath and pulled the door handle to the broadcasting room. Huh? It's locked. It's locked. You gotta be kidding me. That means the culprit who found that broadcast is inside there. Locked me out. Damn it, open up, please. Just open the door. So Yuruko's not dead. Sora? Yuruko, everyone? Sora, what's going on? Iroha is not dead. We have Yuki. We have Shobai. We have Teruya. Okay, all the girls are still alive. Right. Yuki's still there. Okay, so we have Mikado, we have Otori, and we have Shobai. We all met up while we were heading up here. What the heck was up with the broadcast? Seems like this was the right place, seeing that we all gathered here. No, I mean, you're right, but we have a problem. The room's locked. It's locked? Damn it, what should we do? If it's locked, then that means Teruya's definitely in there. Alright, that's it. Monocro, please come out and open this. Right, we can call for Monocro. If we can put out fire from the crime scene at the Tower of Babe. Tower of Babe. Surely you can just open this door, right? Wait, why isn't he responding? Monocro! It's no use. Come to think of it, we haven't had any morning announcements these last few days. He's not here. Are we gonna get Monokuma now? Teruya, if you're in there, answer me. Teruya, what should we do, Sora? Monocro. We dealt with something similar to this in the past. Yuki? Guys, let's break down the door. Break the door down. Well, we can't. Damaging school property is against the school rules. You're right about that. Monocro himself once told us. The rules are absolute, but can be forgiven to break in certain situations. Huh? Oh, you mean when we entered Kokoro's room? For example, when a murder has occurred. Yeah. But if a murder hasn't occurred? Right, he even specified it as a murder case. I don't want to consider the possibility, but in the worst case scenario, this might be exactly that situation. I agree, and we might still not be too late. Alright, if we four tackle it together, we'll probably break it. Looks weak enough. We ram into the count of 3. 1, 2, and they never get a chance, right? Oh. It didn't work. Damn it, one more time. After a few more attempts, the door broke down with a loud crashing sound. Because we were ramming with all of our force, we all tumbled down to the floor once it broke. And we all simultaneously looked up. First thing we noticed was the light tapping like sounded from the projector. And a video was being projected on the white wall of the broadcasting room. On the dead center of that wall, Otori is dead. Well, you cannot do any free time events in Chapter 5, if you were curious. And you cannot talk to Shobai and buy skills. So there's no way you can spend the money that you get in Chapter 5 on anything of any use, which is silly, I guess. Silently lay the former super high school level merchant, Teruya Otori, with the hellscape of a video as a background. Huh? No, Teruya? Teruya didn't move an inch as he lay there against the wall with his eyes closed. It didn't help much that the projector was showing us a scene reminiscent of an actual hell. But even before I had the chance to fully comprehend what was going on, that happened. What, did you guys hear that? What, it's raining inside or something? I can't see. This is rain, look, it's on the ceiling. Sprinklers. But this isn't the fire. We can worry about that later. We gotta get out of here before we get soaking wet. As the water streams from the sprinklers was stronger than we expected, we quickly ran out of the room. Well, that's gonna erase some evidence. Too late, I'm already soaking wet. Sorry, what should we do? Teruya, is he really dead? Damn, what's going on here? Why did the sprinkler suddenly activate? Why didn't we find the killer if the room was locked from the inside? Let's go inside again once the sprinkler stopped. They might be hiding somewhere. And we only saw Teruya from a distance, right? There was no blood, so it might have been just fainted. Yeah, and there was no body discovery announcement, right? Yeah, when did the sprinkler stop anyway? By the sound of it, they may have already stopped. Let's go back in. You can wait for us. What? Body's missing? Wait, where's Teruya? We couldn't understand what had happened. In that short amount of time, the sprinklers were active. Teruya had disappeared without a trace. It's like his body was only a projection. Oh, thank goodness. The sprinklers were indeed on for quite a while, but it still was only a few minutes. There was only one exit to this broadcasting room, and we were all waiting outside of it. Teruya had vanished into thin air, as if he had teleported somewhere else. It was just a projection. What's going on? He's gone. Teruya's gone. Wait. Oh, maybe he wasn't really. He really was alive. Oh, that's it. That must be it. Or else, why would a dead body disappear on its own? Dead body or not, we were all waiting outside the only exit. How could he have gone past us? Eeg, I'm sorry. Everyone? Look over there. There's a door that wasn't there before. Well, I thought the main entrance was the only exit to this room. Sora, did he maybe? Yeah, I think so. I don't know how the door suddenly appeared on the wall, but if this has anything to do with how Teruya disappeared from this room. We all took deep breaths and slowly opened the door, and then... Nope. Not a body discovery. This is a storage room. Some stupid props and broadcasting equipment. Yeah, I think you're right. It's also a trap. But that's not important right now. Teruya isn't here either. This is such a trap. Oh no. We searched inside the small storage room just in case, but there were no sign of Teruya. What the heck is happening? Is this like a trick to trick people into violating the school rules? Wow, we were all so tired that we somehow hallucinated it? No way, even for a virtual world, that's a bit... Virtual world. Everyone, was the window here always broken? Yeah, you're right, somehow broke it in all this mess. Oh, I see, so Teruya broke the window. And jumped out. Are you really about to say such nonsense, Sora? I know it's ridiculous, but since I've had history of falling down from a high place and surviving, I just thought... You're talking about the fall you had from the Tower of Babel, right? And another fall. 2 of them, actually. But this city is different from that place. That place was definitely an anomaly that even Mikado didn't expect. Nikkei said that he created that place specifically to mess with Mikado, right? Remember? Yeah, but contrary to that, this was a place that Mikado prepared for the killing game, just like any other island. I doubt such reality-bending stuff could happen here. But even the connecting bridge was bugged. Since we're dealing with a virtual world, I say it's a definite possibility. I can't say you haven't gotten a point there, but so then what? Are you saying jump down just to prove me wrong? And we haven't even sure that's where Teruya went. Stop. This isn't the time to be fighting amongst ourselves. We should be looking for Teruya, not fighting. He should be somewhere near. He's now in Mikado, so it's not like he could have teleported somewhere else. Yuruko's right. Yuki, Iroha, let's first search for Teruya. That seems to be our topmost priority right now. Yes, ma'am. You're right. I'm sorry for shouting at you, Sora. I just kind of got impatient that... It's alright, we've been through even worse, right? We do need to search for Teruya, but just to be safe, avoid being alone and don't go out too far searching for him. We still don't know where the unknown guy with the knife went on in that video, so be careful. From the sudden announcement, the sprinklers and Teruya vanishing, everything is all too confusing for me. But unlike before, I'm not alone. Yuki, Haruko, and Though she still isn't out of suspicion, Iroha is here with me. It's still too early to decide that Teruya is already dead. We mustn't lose hope. Let's hurry up and search for him. Looks like Kimura's lab has medicines and various miscellaneous tools and items. No coins in there, apparently. I cannot interact with that. Interesting. Oh, Sora. Did you find him? No, he's not in this building at least. How did he leave this place in such a short time frame? Maybe he really did jump off. I don't know about that, but there's some place I want you to go with me. Someplace you want me to go with you? Just the two of us? No, with everyone. I've got my suspicions on a certain place. You got a lead? Well, this is the West Twin Tower, right? Why not check the same room on the East area that has the same structure as this one? I knew it. We all went to the broadcasting room on the other side. What was waiting for us was a door that wasn't there before, just like the West broadcasting room. Guess we gotta go in here too. Yeah, if the door suddenly appears, that means something has happened inside, right? Then here we go. Yeah. After we nod at each other, I slowly grip the door handle and push my way in, just like before. First thing that greeted us in the darkness and the smell of damp dust. The first thing that greeted us was the darkness and the smell of damp dust. But unlike before, we instinctively knew that something was different. Something was wrong. The same room with the structure flipped sideways, yet it felt so different. The reason was made clear as the despair-filled reality that lay in front of us was engraved forever in our eyes. So, ready to see Teruya's dead body? Well, it's about time you died. Well, I already crossed him off. Teruya? Yeah, I know how that's supposed to work. You cannot do any socializes in that entire thing. So why do you have, like, coins and stuff? What's that all about? In the storage room of the East broadcast room, there was the first person I tried to find for the last few days. Teruya laid there. Teruya, you're awake, right? You walked over here from the West building, right? Please tell me you're alive. Sora? Teruya silently just sat there, down there, not moving an inch. He didn't seem like he was breathing, nor did he have any pulse, and his skin was already lost its color. I still didn't want to believe it. Shinji would be the last one to leave us. That's what I thought to myself. Killing game is in its end game. Every remaining friend we have will all survive and escape together. That's what I believed. Perhaps that was why I called out this name again, and perhaps despite fully knowing he had already left us, however. A corpse has been located. All remaining students, please gather in the storage room at the broadcasting room where the body was found. Why is it different language? A corpse has been located. The body discovery announcement, then. Damn it. piercing announcement reawakened us with the harsh reality. No ways of escaping from it. There was no way to run away from it now. The former super high school level merchant and friend of the Kisaragi Foundation, a member of the Kisaragi Foundation, Teruya Otori, friend or foe, has been killed just like that. So it wasn't Yuruko. Okay. What? How can this be? Teruya's dead? How on earth? You must be joking. Teruya dead? Teruya... that funny rainbow man died. After barely surviving his last killing game, only to get caught up in another one and die. Oh, the irony. Hold it in, sorry. He's not worth it. But it's fine. He's probably the culprit anyway. We're gonna get rid of him soon. What is this that I hear me the culprit? Why did you say such a horrible thing to me when you haven't even investigated yet? Mikado, the body discovery announcement. It was different from before. What's going on? What? Don't play dumb. It wasn't even the phrase he usually used. Oh, Yuki noticed, and he's not even here at the crime scene. Should you really be concerned about something like that right now? What do you mean? And you're still in that state? Pathetic. My assumption was not wrong, I see. What are you talking about? Alright then, I acknowledge that Monocro's presence is needed for our progress. That is precisely why I reinstalled him. Come over here, Monocro. Welcome to the Neo World program. How can I be of assistance? Now's not the time for such unrelated comments. Hurry up and proceed with the usual investigation procedure. Identification K003. Teruya Otori. Value confirmed to be false. Commencing classroom tile.guide. What is this? What language is he speaking? This isn't his usual self. He's acting like a robot. Mikado, what did you do to Monocro? Well, I didn't do much. I just some simple modifications, if you will. Modifications? And if someone cares about this useless bird, we aren't worse off without him after all. Configuration successful. Starting guide. As a murder case has happened, each individual has a slight right to investigate for a certain time period. That will provide you with one Monokuma file per murder case, which will aid you in your investigation. If perceived that enough investigation has been accomplished, the class trial shall commence. As such, beware of your given time while investigating. Well, what interesting information, dear birdie. Or it would be that we weren't doing it for the 5th time. Now leave the Monocro file and get out of here. You were boring to begin with, and someone else might also die from boredom if you continue to be here. We felt it from the body announcement, but the Monocro now wasn't the Monocro we knew from the rest of the killing game. Come to think of it, he did act weird even when we first arrived here. Monocro is also with Void and hosting the killing game we're trapped in. He doesn't deserve our pity. However, I do now realize that Monocro probably already knew it would come to this back then. Now then, shall we go to investigating? Before you spout such nonsense about me being the culprit, I suggest that you should do your best to investigate first. We can do as much petty bickering as we want in the class trial, so please leave it to be until then. Wait, don't you dare warp away. Mikado? Warp. It's useless, he's already gone. What's wrong, Yuruko? Well, about the class trial, I think it feels depressing to do it all over again, but we always used to do it with the monocruise, right? But since Mikado destroyed the ship, where are we supposed to do it? I don't know, but the case has already happened, and the fact that we have to do an investigation means that a class trial is definitely going to happen. Iroha, do you know anything about this? Well, why would you ask me about it? I guess you're right. How would you know anything about this when you're not even a Void? Yeah, tell me about it. Where would the class trial be held? I have no idea. That's not the only weird thing. The body discovery announcement have been made, and according to the rules, everyone should have gathered, but there's no sign of Shobai. Oh yeah, where is that old guy? I thought you'd get executed if you don't follow Monocro's rules. Weird, Monocro and Shobai. Ever since we arrived here, it feels like something isn't right. Guys, we should start an investigation. Yuki, I know we all have our suspicions and worries right now. The most important thing is that our friend has been murdered now. Teruya is dead. Whatever we do, that result cannot change now. Yeah, virtual world or no, dying is dying. Someone has died, and the rest of us need to participate in the class trial in order to survive. You're right, this isn't the time to be worrying about the other stuff. Our lives are on the line after all. We can think about it when it's all over. Yes, the class trial first. We can take care of the rest later. This should probably be our final confrontation, for us and for the Voids. Yeah, with everyone's strength combined, I'm sure we can find the one who killed Teruya. Before we start our investigation, could I have a moment with everyone? What's wrong, Sora? Well, I know this might feel a bit cringeworthy, but I was hoping we could do some sort of team chant or something. Wait, you mean like, let's go team whatever or something like that? I told you that this would probably be our final challenge. I thought it would be... Actually, this is chapter 6, but whatever. I thought it would be nice if we do something special for our spirits facing the final class trial. But you don't have to do it if it's too cringe. I don't know what's about it being cringe. Feels more like something out of a young sports manga, if you ask me. And it sounds like something Big Bro might have come up with. Alright, I'm down. If Big Bro was here, he would have definitely been up for it. What about you, Yoruko? I didn't say I was against it, okay? Alright, fine, I'll do it. I mean, I did go and say that we were in the same boat. But we're not in the boat anymore. And we're all more than just friends. You too, Iroha. What? No, I think I'll just... Why not? We all think of you as a partner. Wait, do you not think of us as your friends? Us, yours... Of course I do. Fine, I'll do it. So you should. Is everyone ready? Feels kind of embarrassing now that I'm actually about to do it. You're gonna look like a real loser if you back out now. So you're the one who suggested it. I hope you have a cool chant ready. Oh, the chant? There's nothing particular that I have in mind, though. Well, you should have thought of one before pitching the idea to us. I guess 1, 2, 3, let's go should suffice. I don't care anymore. Just say whatever you feel like. Well then, everyone. This may be our final challenge. We're already going through our 5th trial with our lives on the line again. We may have safely gone through 4 of them. We have had many sacrifices throughout our lives in this place. Just like always, it won't be easy this time. Every trial has a fair share of difficulties. But I believe that we can make it through. Our goal is to survive this killing game. We don't know who's the culprit. It may be someone among us right now. But at least for this moment, I hope that we all survive as one. There's still a lot of issues to be solved, but for now, let's all focus on the class trial and work to survive as one. Like we always did. Yeah, we can do this. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then let's go team, got it? 1, 2... Teruya? Though I did say a lot of stuff in high spirits with everyone, with Teruya's death we have lost the biggest lead we had. Granted, Yoruko, Yuki, and me making up and me regaining my memories is a definite plus, but Teruya's memory had the most crucial role for our escape plan out of here. No, I should save those thoughts for after the trial. That's right, even though Teruya died without telling us about anything, at least everyone else is still alive. As long as we're alive, we aren't devoid of hope. There must be another way out. Let's just focus on the class trial. Here we are, the monochrome file. As per usual, I should check the monochrome file first. The victim is Teruya Otori. The time of death is unknown. The body was discovered in the storage room of the East Twin Tower. There is a cut 50 millimeters deep, 3 millimeters wide, on his chest. There wasn't much blood loss. Cause of death and the murder weapon is unknown. There aren't any noteworthy external wounds other than one on the chest. That's it. Feels like they're getting lazier with the descriptions ever since Shinji's trial. Cause of death, murder weapon, and the time of death are all unknown, not this again. But this time I know better. I know that the fact that they hid it, this info, is in itself another clue. That means this case won't be a straightforward one as well. It'll be a, oh, and there was also poison, right? Though there wasn't much to gain, I should further investigate this with this file as a basis. Known. Just in case there's coins. Okay. Teruya. Teruya. His face contained no expression, emotion, or anything. His eyes were empty-faced and lost its focus and were staring off into the space. I won't let your death be in vain, Teruya. Like always, I decided to investigate the body first. However, other than that knife wound on his chest, there was no other noteworthy clues on him. Come to think of it, all the dead people so far had died in quite a fashion. That's by falling, freezing, being cut from limb to limb, fire. Compared to that, Teruya's body looked somewhat realistic, devoid of any extreme clues. Now this is a problem. By the looks of it, it seems obvious that the knife was the cause of death, but the fact the monochrome file hid the cause of death is bugging me. Sora, what's wrong? What are you thinking about? Oh, so you're investigating the body. Yoruko, mind if I join you? I'm going to see the state of the body as well. As much as it's off-putting, is it that we've become this calm about finding a dead body? We do need to investigate it after all. Of course, though it looks like Teruya's body doesn't contain much evidence other than the knife wound. I see, he seems to have at least died in a more peaceful way than the others. But that doesn't explain why the monochrome file intentionally hid info from us. We're missing something here. Hold on, Sora, step aside. Now, what's wrong? This. Did you figure something out? Take a look at this, Sora. This is... Fingertips have turned blue. Wait, let's take off his shoes and socks as well. Help me out, Sora. Sure. Even his toes are the same. This, if my theory is correct... Carbon monoxide? Yoruko, after a moment of silence, suddenly started to undress Teruya. Wait, Yoruko, what are you doing? Look, his back. When Yoruko tugged Teruya's shirt to reveal his backside, also saw something weird. Well, what's up with the pink spots? Doesn't seem like he had them before his death. Those are liver mortis, hypostatus, or whatever you call them. Liver mortis? There's nothing surprising about just that. All the victims so far had them as well, after all. They naturally occur when you die. But the problem is the color. They usually have a brownish red color, just like dry blood. Then what do you think caused them to turn this color? I don't know the specifics myself, but his fingertips and toes are blue as well, right? It doesn't have that red color because of lack of oxygen bound to the hemoglobin. It's like a carbon monoxide situation. That info, it might be the case that he died from lack of oxygen. Really? How did you know that? I heard it from a really drunk customer who worked as a doctor. He said that this was caused by some sort of cyanosis. And if we assume that it really is that, then he probably died from cyanide consumption. Oh, okay, that's another way to to plug up your hemoglobin. Cyanide? That's poison, right? Yeah, but don't quote me on that. I'm not a doctor, and they're all just stuff that I heard from random places. But these signs don't show up unless the victim died a specific way, that's for sure. The chest wound was probably not the cause of his death then. What's up with those sparkly eyes, Sora? It's just that you look so incredible right now. I didn't know you were the smart type. What, are you telling me that I act dumb usually? I was quite the studying type, you know? I'm joking, Yoruko. That aside, we finally have some evidence regarding his death, cause of death, thanks to you, Yoruk. Well, we gotta help each other out in this situation, right? Well, then I'll be over there investigating if you need me. See you later. Cyanide. I heard that even in small quantities is enough to be fatal. Need to keep the possibility that Teruya was poisoned in my mind. As I suspected, there were no other clues to note in the East Broadcasting Room. The body was eventually found in the storage room on the East, but the culprit looked to have performed most of their acts in the West Broadcast Room. I should investigate that place as soon as possible. Now that I've looked at the body, I'll leave and return here if I have some time left. Okay, the West one. This is tiring. This going from one tower to another takes an extreme amount of time. There's supposed to be a bridge connecting the two towers, but an unknown bug is causing it to be unstable, making us have to walk all the way around. This is bad. I've wasted too much time already. I should start immediately and waste no time. Man, okay. It's the door we bust down to enter this locked room, and it can be locked from the inside, yet there was nobody in this room when we came here. It's like if there was a locked chest with a key that unlocks it inside. A locked room mystery. Huh? What's this? Looks like the lock put on the door must have fallen off when we busted down. The mechanism seems to be a lever-based one. Lever seems to be pretty large. I thought most door locks these days were pretty button-based, or body recognition-based. This kind of lock mechanism, the door has to be closed completely, then the lever needs to be pulled from the inside. At least it was a button. If it was button-based, I could imagine there would be some gimmick to lock it from the outside. With this, I have no idea how the locked room mystery was created at all. And there's another thing that's bothering me. Is this tape? Some bits of tape were hanging down on one end of the lock's lever. Why would someone put tape on this? Was it always there, or was it some coincidence that the tape just happened to be on this lever? Perhaps there's a clue related to this locked room mystery. Some half-burnt scrap of paper was lying around on the floor. What's up with this piece of paper? Like, how did it end up here? I don't think I saw this laying around before. I picked it up, I could see that it had already long cooled down, though it had been crumpled due to the fire. There's something white powder on it. I found that there was some white powder on one side. Though I did call it white powder, its texture is rough and coarse, though not just barely qualify as powder. And there even was a glimmer of shine in them, reflecting some of the light of the room. This must be glass. From the observations I have just made, I was able to deduce that this was without a doubt glass powder. But why would glass powder be on? Wait, where? Before that, how was the paper burnt anyway? Although I'm not 100% positive, I have a feeling that these must have been used by the culprit. I should write this down. When I looked up, I saw the now silent sprinklers that had poured water on us, looking back at me. The broadcast room ceiling wasn't what you call high, but it was still high enough that I couldn't reach them with my hands. I would take a closer look, but alas, it seemed impossible for someone of my height. Maybe it would have been possible for Teruya, but unless we find a ladder or something, I don't think there's much else to gain from looking at this. They must have sensed some sign of fire if they went off. That means there must be signs of fire in this room, so I should keep an eye out for that. More stuff to investigate, I guess. It's going to be difficult, but at least the benefits of less people being alive is that there's less possible culprits. Even with that, I still don't have a clue. Guess we just gotta investigate. Cheer up. As previously established, one of the windows was broken. Now that was quite a drop. I imagine I'd die if I fall from one. But I still can't give up on the possibility. The Tower of Babel. Well, not as tall as this building. The tower was pretty dang high as well. After surviving from a fall like that, I don't know how much of the laws of physics apply to this virtual world. Don't you dare try it out, Sora. Oh, you scared me. You shouldn't sneak up on people like that. I tested it myself just now. I tossed some soda cans that I took from our tea party in your room, and they fell down to the down and were crushed. You can see them hit the ground from this height. Of course I can't. It's why I ran down to the first floor to check them out myself. I saw it with my own eyes. Soda spilt everywhere on the road, cans obliterated. Though it'd be easy to determine the results for beverages. Oh, so you went that far for that. Thanks, I really appreciate it. Well, with our lives at stake, we should take care of very little suspicion if it's possible. And I felt bad for shouting at you about the window back then and thought I should take responsibility and check it out myself. That's what I thought anyway. How diligent of you. Seeing your motivation makes me want to work harder as well. Take your time, alright? We're not competing after all. Since Yuki tested it out himself, I guess that we confirmed something. We can eliminate the possibility of someone escaping through the window from this locked room mystery, as they would just plummet to their doom. And why is this window broken anyway? I'm positive there's some reason for it. The camera that was always here in the broadcasting room. There's multiple here of the same model. The culprit has used one of these cameras to broadcast that weird video. How was the culprit able to broadcast that video? There's some sounds coming from the monitor. Come again? I was just passing by and heard some sounds come out of the monitor. But didn't this monitor originally show footage of the city? When I saw the monitor next to the camera, the footage indeed was showing footage indeed only showed the West Broadcasting Room. Hold on, Yuki. What? On closer inspection, I found that there existed an interface which we were given an option to choose which channel to show, just like a TV. So when I changed the channel setting from internal to external... Oh, city footage, I guess it's back to normal. I see the monitor isn't here just to receive security camera footage. With the camera next to it, can actually send and receive between every monitor in the city. So that video we saw, yeah, it was most likely filmed and broadcasted by the culprit using this. Wait, is this being shown live? What do you mean? I mean, we just saw footage of you in the room through the monitor. Since nobody changed the controls since the culprit messed with them, I'd assume that they were kept the same since. So the video we saw was being shown live to us. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I don't see any recording functions in this machine. That probably confirms it. This is an important piece of evidence. We can check out everyone's alibis during the broadcast to find the culprit. I thought it could have been a pre-recorded video, but this should be sufficient proof that it was indeed live footage. Which means I should probably talk to everyone about their alibis. It's going to be difficult. At least the benefits of less... Okay. I already did this. What's this? Some dirty stained cloth was lying around in the corner of the room and looked to be made from some very soft, thick material. When I touched it, I was surprised to find it was soaked to the brim. I quickly realized it was soaked in water from the sprinklers. I don't recall seeing any cloth like this from the video that the culprit had broadcasted. Yeah, but... It was the background, right? And the sprinklers got on it and it smeared the background around. Wait, I think I saw cloth like this stored inside the broadcasting room storage room. I assume this cloth was used as props in the performing arts business. Or if the culprit took them out of the storage room. Why did they even need to do all this? The possible reasons I can think of for now is getting rid of the blood stains using the fact that it was dirty in the first place. That's as far as I can think of for now. I guess I got to discuss this with everyone. Pretty old-fashioned projector, one that you have to insert an actual film reel to play in. Never thought I'd see one of these being used ever since digital projectors came out. This was definitely one on when we first busted the door down. Oh, there's the cloth. Okay. I remember it clear as day. Oh, and there's the door, too. Okay. A video reminiscing the pits of hell. Just thinking about it makes me shiver. Although it's deactivated now, the culprit must have activated this projector for some purpose. There's something on the end of the film. What is this? I don't think it's sand or dust. Sora, you came here as well. How's the investigation going? Oh, Yuriko, perfect timing. Have you seen this? What is this? Some sort of powder? Sora, don't tell me you've been... There was this yellow powder thing on the film when it came here. Do you know what this is? Hold on. Let me have a sniff at it. Ew, gross. What's that smell? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, but isn't this a bit burnt as well? Really, I guess it does look a bit scorched. Does it really smell that bad? Let me try it. This is rotten garlic or something. Yuriko, what's wrong? So when we first busted in here, did you hear or see any signs of a fire? Fire, I couldn't think of it. I do recall hearing some sputtering and crackling for a moment. Wait, the sprinklers. When that would mean that the fire did break out here. How else would the sprinklers have been activated? Huh, I see. So the dust on the film, it may be phosphorus. Phosphorus? More specifically, yellow phosphorus. Anyway, the evidence of fire with the sprinklers, the scorches and the smell of rotting garlic. It must be a yellow phosphorus. It's like the flammable chemical substance after all. I'm not much of a scientist, so please enlighten me on this. How is the fire and the phosphorus related in any way? White phosphorus can create fire even for the smallest of friction. Its burning point is extremely low, lower than most room temperatures. And so I suggest not touching it anymore. We should stay away from it. It's apparently quite toxic. So the culprit used it while white phosphorus dust films to create a fire and activate the sprinklers, right? That seems to be the case. You don't look happy with this conclusion. Did we miss something? No, our theory should be correct. The problem is, who and why did they cause a fire, and where did they get their hands on phosphorus? And even if yellow phosphorus is really flammable, you still need to do something to it to cause a fire. And we didn't see anything here. Anyone here. That's right, we only heard a sputter of fire, and this is how the sprinklers activate. Let's just keep this in mind for now. It seems certain that the culprit did use the powder to create the fire, to cause the fire. Yeah, I guess we gotta investigate some more. In what way did the culprit use phosphorus to cause the fire? The fact that they put effort into putting it onto the film is also suspicious. Two more. Okay, we got Yuruko's account probably and one more. Yuruko, have you found something? Sorry, well, it's complicated. What do you mean it's complicated? Well, it's just that it happened so quickly that I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around everything that happened. If it's okay with you, can you help me readdress everything that has gone down today? I feel like I need someone to talk about this. Sure, I also felt the need to go over what happened anyway. Thanks, but everyone's alibis then. It all started with the video with Teruya on the ground and someone with a knife. If the culprit was the one inside the video and was filming it live in this room, it would help if we accounted everyone's alibis during that time, right? I was thinking the same. Well, for me, I was in my room ever since you two left to get your keycards. I was about to leave and investigate near the hotel when I saw that video. Well, just like you said, both Yuki and I each went east and south to our hotels to get our keys. You can check Yuki's later, but here's my keycard and handbook as proof. I see, so the only ones left are Mikado, Iroha, and Shobai. I can vouch for Iroha. I don't know exactly where she was up until now, but I assume she was in the east area. When I left the hotel to head here, Iroha was heading the same direction, most likely after seeing the same video. At least this was Mikado and Shobai. Yeah, about that, I already asked Mikado a while ago, but he wouldn't answer me. He wouldn't answer you? Who does that brat think he is? I guess we could take that as him being the culprit, right? I don't know if we can confirm that easily, but yeah, I'm also pretty sure he's the culprit this time. Which means he's not. Which maybe he is, we'll see. We haven't seen him these past few days, after all. We don't have a way of checking up on Shobai since he's gone missing. But it's at least shortened our list of suspects. Well, we gotta talk about it more in the trial, I guess. But thanks, everything feels much more organized thanks to you. To summarize what we talked about, the video was broadcasted. I was in the west area, Yuki was in the south, Yuruko and Iroha were in the east area. Shobai and Mikado's whereabouts then were unknown, so those are the alibis as we know. Is it me, or is it? It's like the evidence is already pointing towards a certain someone. I should write this down for now and start about it more with the others once the trial starts. Just like Yuruko said. After wrapping up the broadcast room investigation, I headed to the stairs located nearby. And I arrived in front of the door to the connecting bridge. I had to run all the way around from the east broadcasting room to the west just to investigate Teruyu's body. If we only had access to this bridge, I wouldn't have had to travel that far. With that being said, this bridge, the time when I almost fell down, something about it feels off to me. Is it really just a bug? Or is it... There you are, Sora. Eek. Get away, creep. Ouch, now hold on. Why would you hit someone in the face like that as soon as you see them? Why would you sneak up on somebody like that, you creep? Oh well, I was also doing my earnest best to investigate, and it just so happens that I have a question for you. No. Please don't leave me like that. Believe me, I want to find the culprit just as much as you do. As if, although I guess running away from a question like that would make me look suspicious. Very well, just make it quick. Oh, how splendid. Well, you are aware I wasn't there when this all occurred, yes? I'd like to hear what exactly went down. Sounds like you really don't need me specifically to answer that. There were 3 other people at the scene other than me, you know. And unfortunately, I've already been ignored by every last one of them. Please, Sora, you're my last hope. I'll only give you the quick summary of what happened. I see, so that's what happened. Can I leave now? I don't want to waste a single more second dealing with you. I have something I need to check before. The investigation is now concluded. I will soon commence the class trial. All students must immediately gather at the MAP Twin Building West 223 lobby. Oh dear, it seems that our time is up. How unfortunate.
なんちゃって。
My dear Sora, it seems that I finally awakened the power to read minds. And your mind is telling me, did I seriously waste my precious time dealing with this trash of a person? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
ひどいなもう。
Ouch. By the way, Mikado, you know where we're actually supposed to go now? What Monochrome just said didn't click with me. Oh, well, that I definitely know. My apologies for Monochrome being currently confusing state. West Building, first floor lobby is our destination. Lucky you, I'm not that far from here. Come now, follow me. Splendid, you're all here. Now let's all head towards the class trial grounds. What are we talking about? This is the Twin Tower. What do we mean trial grounds? Did Monochrome even gather us here? That's because the trial grounds are located in the basement floor of this very building. What, so that's where we're going, but I didn't see any buttons leading to the basement floor when I last used the elevator. That's how it is now. Perhaps someone suddenly constructed it because the Mono Cruise was destroyed. Constructed it? Mikado, did you? Now, let's put aside any unnecessary details. Of course, who cares about where we hold the trial? We must find and exterminate the filthy culprit who violently murdered Teruya. Everyone, we must go onwards. Wait, Mikado, what do you mean, everyone? I was about to ask you a while ago, but where the heck is Shobai? Oh, Shobai? Shobai, unfortunately, will not be participating in this class trial. What, how is that even fair? Not participating? How come he... Life is a continuous process of such unbelievable events, won't you say? Now, let us not dwell on the people that aren't even here. Monochrome is waiting for us, after all. Mikado, wait. Wait, this is exactly the same place as the one underneath the Mono Cruise. Mikado, you've got some explaining to do. Why is Xiaobai not participating in this trial? I've heard from Sora that he suddenly disappeared into thin air. Did something happen to him? Why are you so desperate to find him? He wasn't cooperative with you anyway, was he? You're all better off without him. Or are you not confident in your ability to find the culprit without him? Who says we can't find the culprit without him? We already know we don't know it's you. Naruko? What, Sora? Talking to him is a waste of time. It's better off if we ignore him altogether. Isn't it the social norm to whisper such words instead of saying it in front of me, the person in question? You're right, and like Mikado said, we're probably better off without Shobai. Though I am curious about what happened to him. We need to focus on the trial that's in front of us right now. Right, we might get executed if we're not careful. If we die, we'd be making all the deaths that we've been through be in vain. The class trial is now open. All survivors must take the elevator down to the trial grounds. It's finally going to start. Yeah, like it or not. Like it or now, we need to do this, so we better give it our all here. Let's go. The 5th class trial. 6 survivors, 5 of us if we exclude the now gone Shobai. So little people, if the trial continues without any regards to it. I better prepare myself as well. Oh, I forgot to talk to the characters! So be it. So be it. Twin Towers excavator elevator headed down to the trial ground looking exactly like the one at the Mono Cruise. But no one acknowledged that the bizarre similarity, as there was only heavy silence among us. The silence could be because of the fact that there were so little of us left, but there's a sense of solemnness that we could all feel from the atmosphere. Granted, no one really talked about during that period, but this time it felt like we couldn't talk even if we wanted to. After what felt like hours passed by, the elevator arrived at the trial grounds with the usual loud creak. What's up with the expensive-looking curtains? Now this is what I call a good rework. Teruya would have loved these curtains. He was pretty fond of rainbows after all. Welcome. Please, move to your assigned seat. It'll be the one with your name listed on it. He isn't even looking at the right direction. Please move to the seat with your name on it. Let's move. What the? Was this place always so spacious? We've got more death portraits than we've got survivors. At least one of us will become a portrait after this is over. Let's make sure we keep the number at 1.
見事
What a nice atmosphere we have here. The grandiose feeling. Don't you all get the feeling we're in the in-game now? It's enough to make my identified seat code and avatar match. Class trial system now booting. Boot successful. Starting debug mode. Debug mode access successful. The class trial will now commence. Class trial is about to start. It's already the 5th time. Tons of people have died and many have lost their lives through the class trial. Teruya, this case's victim. A member of the Kisaragi Foundation and a classmate of Akane Taira. But she doesn't know anything about the Foundation. What was he trying to do as the representative of the Kisaragi Foundation? What info did he have for us? Fortunately for us, he took that information to his grave, and we never got to know his true intentions. The only thing left for us to do is to find his killer and make sure his death won't be in vain. Putting aside the hundreds of problems we had to deal with to escape this place, we now had to set our first priority. The class trial. A deadly trial. A deadly lie. A deadly betrayal. Shobai is gray. Okay. An explanation. A deadly explanation. A deadly excuse. A deadly trust. A deadly class trial. Yeah, 29. We only got 8 more we can do here. So. Let's retake. Oh. Okay. And I'll stop